Good morning, welcome to Sewing Street. I must say I'm in a very, very good mood. I've got two gorgeous men, absolute babes with me today. That was Liam, by the way. So welcome to Sewing Street. I'm Vicky with you till 11 o'clock. And real treat for us all today because we've got some eye candy. We've got Joe, who's normally with us most days anyway, but Liam, who's my producer, jewellery maker, our sister channel normally, he's here today this morning. So he's upstairs in the gallery. He says he wants all the messages in today. We want to make it as interactive as possible. We're going to get him on air. He's got a pick of the day, and yeah, just of course got to share the eye candy this morning, haven't I? So Liam's going to be coming on air in the 10 o'clock show probably. Give him a chance to have his coffee and wake up and get into the swing of things. He's very, very excited to be with us though, and we've picked out some of our favourites for you today. We've picked out some of our favourites, starting with a really, really gorgeous early bird. Those of you that have known me for quite some time, you know how I like to, well, I collect buttons off old clothes or something. I'll always collect buttons, but they're always quite boring, really, aren't they? So what I love about these is that you've got some really gorgeous decorative buttons. We've got the daisies and we've got the ladybirds with an early bird saving. Remember, first product of the day always has that saving, but it's for today and today only. Remember, you're getting all of those daisies plus your little ladybirds as well for £4.48, saving £1.50. It's definitely worth opening your order as soon as you can. You're getting 14 buttons, 14 big decorative buttons at 32p each, and they can really, really change your project. So I was having a look on Pinterest, which the great thing about Sewing Street is, of course, we're a big sort of online community, but I know while we've all got a bit more time, searching lots of different projects and different ways of using it. And I don't know whether, Joe, if I show you on my phone different ways, I think I found 260 something ways of using buttons and making, oh, careful, oopsie, nearly tripped over, different ways of using buttons. So whether it be in embroidery, whether it be in dressmaking, oh, I don't know that you're going to be able to see this, but you can see here, this is like buttons in embroidery, in jewellery, in brooches. I love this idea. You could have a little frilly collar and then have a little ladybird. They've got a spider button there, but you could have it as a ladybird, couldn't you? For educational purposes, you could use it for wall art, for things on bags, obviously. You can use them as functional, but also use them as decorative. Love this. You could have them in little, like, hot air balloons. Love that idea. There's so many. I've put my phone on aeroplane mode so it stopped loading. Let me just switch it. I saw you could do... I get lots of texts in the morning, you see, and especially if somebody sees that I'm showing my phone on telly, then they'll be texting me, so I do tend to put it on airplane mode. I've seen these clocks as well, so if you were to do, maybe in somebody who's learning to tell the time or something, or in a workroom or in a conservatory, where you have your flowers on the 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. They'd look lovely, wouldn't they? Flowers on a headband or a hair brooch, a pin. You could have it in, obviously, in jewellery. You could use them for so many different projects. But as I say, I collect buttons off old clothes, but you don't really get nice buttons like this. Anybody that does any paper crafts, hang on, let me put it on airplane again and I can show you this. These are cute little, like, paper craft ideas for if you're doing like little springtime gifts. If you want to say to somebody, instead of sending flowers, you could send them a little card with flowers on. There's so many brilliant ideas out there on the internet of different ways of using buttons. Really simple, very, very effective ways. Love them. £4.48. Absolutely brilliant price. It is your early bird special today. Okay. Right, so this whole first hour is about hand sewing. A bit of slow sewing. I think with all that's going on right now in the world, we've all had a bit more time to maybe start a new hobby or learn a new skill or sit out in the garden and do a bit of hand sewing. We're all living a million miles an hour lifestyle normally, and one thing that this lockdown has taught me is to slow down. I'm always being told by my peers, my friends, everyone, my family are always like, Vic, slow down, slow down. Have I slowed down? I have tried. I find it difficult, but I have tried. But one good thing to do, I think, is to do something mindful. And, you know, I work across on the sister channel, Jewellery Maker, as well. Doing something like making jewellery or slow sewing, hand stitching. I was talking to Mark Smith yesterday, who's a guest designer over on Jewellery Maker. I'm getting him over on here because he's amazing at cross stitch. And he's been doing the most incredible hand stitching over this lockdown. And it's just amazing. So anybody that might be wanting to try a new hobby or try a new skill, this hour is going to be for you, because you don't need a sewing machine, you don't need too many tools or fancy bits and bobs. We're just going to get you sewing and hand stitching and making really lovely gifts or personalising things for friends and family. Where should we start, Liam? Let's start with the panels, because I do like the idea of which colourway's that? CTUU. These are the best sellers, by the way. I've not even seen these yet. £5.99. I tell you what, £5.99, and obviously you're getting your uppercase and lowercase, and you're getting numbers as well. Some of them you're getting 3. Obviously, your most popular letters you're going to get more of. So if you are multi-buying, I know so many people that love to personalise things. Hannah bought one of these. She did a housewarming gift for her friend that said Bab on it. I love that. So you can personalise things with a little sail of, say, you know, something that you want to do to make it really personalised, a special saying, or a date, a birthday, or a newborn baby maybe. And the detail is really lovely. So within each of the letters, you've got little dashes, you've got little dots. They actually go quite well with some of our bundles that we've had. I love these. Really love these. Just so you know, we've got the monochrome and we've also got brights. But if you want something that's going to go with everything in your living room and everything, you've got some quite lovely greys and more sort of neutral tones in here. I do like, though, that you've got the lovely little detail. They're quite easy to cut out. So what I would do is I would stay tuned and get some Bonder web as well. Bonder web all of this and then cut out afterwards. Don't just sit and cut it all out now and then Bonder web it, because it can get quite fiddly and you want to make sure the glue goes all the way to the sides. But, I mean, that's lovely, isn't it? You could do patches, don't get me wrong, you don't need to do the whole panel. Yeah, you're right, Jo, you don't need to do the whole panel. If you know, right, I want to do certain sections or certain letters that you're cutting out at a time, just, I mean, bigger sections, you could do it big letter by letter, I suppose. There's room around the letters, isn't there? £5.99 exclusive to us here, and I think you're going to be able to get lots of projects out of this, aren't you? If you're doing, what about like happy birthday bunting, or somebody's baby shower, someone's hen do, or wedding ideas, or, you know, when we're able to enjoy parties and celebrating with friends and family, it's going to be such an amazing feeling, and I think we're all going to go above and beyond to make everyone feel a bit more special, aren't we? So that's your traditional colourway. We've also got the brights. By the way, that is flying out. That is absolutely flying out. Brights already, Eagle Eyes, have spotted it on the website and already snapping it up. The Brights is in the lead at the moment and we haven't even shown it on air. Just so you're aware, if you go onto our web shop, www.sewingstreet.com, you can actually see all the products listed underneath us. So if you've spotted something you like, go for it. I will try and get round to showing everything as well. Oh, or if there's something on your screen that you think, oh, right, I need to do this later on, I've got a Zoom meeting, a work call or something, can you show something earlier? Absolutely, let me know. That's the great thing about our Liam, you know. He's not afraid to, you know, go a bit rogue and bring something forward. Oh, no, he's saying, I am just a rogue in general, just a rogue. Yeah, we need to come up with a nickname for Liam on Sewing Street, because he's got all of the nicknames over at Jewellery Maker. Message in some nicknames for him. Well, you need to meet him first, really. You need to meet him. Let's just call him the Rogue. This is beautiful. I do love bright colours like this. This would be really nice actually for, you know, somebody's a nursery, or be really nice for if you want to do storage boxes that say tools or toys or tools. I was thinking for your workroom, if you want to put, if you want to do personalising for different children, they'd be lovely. For birthdays as well, they'd be great, wouldn't they? You've got all of the different numbers as well as your uppercase and lowercase. What about bedtime story cushions? Have you seen this, the story cushions? It just reminded me when I saw all those Z's all together. You could do like a storybook bedroom theme, couldn't you? I'm thinking, you know, if you were to do make yourself a book that's with wadding, like a quilted book, like one of those sort of sensory ones where you put different sounds and different textures in there, and you could have B is for bee and ladybirds, and you put your buttons in and different things like that. The brights are beautiful. I'm not surprised there's loads of you checking out of that one. It's the first time I've seen it, and it is a bestseller. A good 30% of the stock that we had for today is gone. It's exclusive to us here. Exclusive to us here at Sewing Street. In fact, more than that now. 40% gone at £5.99. If you've opened your order already, it's definitely worth checking out on that one. I've got the monochrome, which I think is a bit more grown up, isn't it? They're all exclusive. They are exclusive to us. So, what I love about these is that, I mean, if you are looking at any of your fabrics, this is always going to go with it, isn't it? A bit more grown up, isn't it? Maybe for your living room, personalising for wedding gifts. £5.99 for your whole panel. Wedding bunting, absolutely. I did have wedding bunting. £5.99. Because you could put the date on, it's lovely to remember, isn't it? Just £5.99, exclusive to us here. And do you know what I love? Let me lie this down and you can see they've still got the ditzy pattern. Don't get me wrong, I love the brights. I think the lovely bright colours are gorgeous, but it's nice to be able to have, it's really, really nice to be able to have something that's a bit more contemporary, something that's going to go with all our soft furnishings in our living room. You could even use a really lovely bright thread and do a nice satin stitch, zigzag stitch. Stay tuned for our 10 o'clock show. We've got the 680, which has got an array of applique stitches. That would be really, really nice. Don't get me wrong, you can hand stitch this, you can needle, turn applique. There's so many different ways of doing it. But if you just bond webbing and stitching on your machine, that can be really, really quick. Because these haven't actually, these are designed to go on the wall, don't get me wrong, the bond web won't stay there forever, but we haven't even stitched around those and they're staying where they are. So you don't need to. Okay. What about if you, I know a lot of people are doing their Christmas makes ready. What about for like Christmas sacks that you're going to put somebody's name on it? I mean, there's so many ideas. I would be multi-buying on this one. I would absolutely be multi-buying because there's always going to need to personalise, aren't we? It's nice to have a choice of colours as well. Liam's saying I'd have one of each and then, or even a couple of each, and then you're sorted in your stash, aren't you, for personalising everything. It's Liam's mum's 50th birthday coming up and she's, maybe you should make something with her name on it. That'd be really nice. We've also got the wall hanging panel. This one would be ideal for if you are doing, this is really fun, if you are doing sort of a book, like a wadded book, or if you're doing something a bit more contemporary. I like the idea of doing blocks like cubes with these and having them for educational purposes. You could turn it into a scrapbook, couldn't you? That's gorgeous. Or having it, you could always do some embroidery, so somebody's name begins with a J and you could just always embroider the rest of their name next to it. £14.99. Father's Day coming up as well. Do lovely projects. You could even just sort of patch this to get, you could also sort of pretend that you've done all the patchwork, couldn't you? Or cut them out and patch it into somebody's name. What's that, sorry? Oh, look, you've got the star and the and sign. What did you call it? An ampersand. This. That's called an ampersand. Gosh, I learn something new every day. That's called an ampersand. Did you know that, Liam? I think you did. And I like the way they look three-dimensional as well. This is another one that is exclusive to us. It's £14.99. You've got those really cool big backgrounds. I really like them. They are gorgeous, aren't they? £14.99. The brights, still your favourite. The traditional's catching up. The bright's in the lead. Monochrome available, and now you've got the panel as well for just £14.99. You could embellish over the top of them, couldn't you? £14.99. Now, if you do want to cut out your letters and make something similar to your bunting like this, you want to applique it onto another piece of fabric, then you are going to need some Bondaweb. Now, we have got the Bondaweb on a roll as well, which I'll talk about in a minute. But if you do just want to have a go and do, you know, a cushion or do a smaller project, then this is going to be sufficient. You've got a lot of Bondaweb here for £2.99, 127 by 175 millimetres. Weirdly, we've changed from centimetres to millimetres there. But let me show you what it looks like. So, I don't know whether this one's been cut into. It has, hasn't it? Oh no, I don't think this has been cut into. I think that's what you're getting. So, the one side of it is shiny. That's your shiny side, and the other side is more like your paper side. £2.99, but that's going to be really nice as well to be able to do your alphabet, isn't it? That'll be really nice to do your alphabet. Perfect size. We've also got the Bondaweb on a roll though. If I sort of, I don't know whether I can peel this across so I can show you the glue. But basically, all you would do is iron it onto your fabric, cut around it, and then iron it, peel off your backing, peel off your paper part, and then it will stick to your fabric. £2.99. I'll show you with the roll. I will show you more with the roll. So, because I think everybody should get the roll. When you start doing applique, when you start using Bondaweb, it is something that you are going to want to use and use and use. So you do get a full roll, but we love hacking into this. So, I mean, see what I mean? You're just going to get so many sort of applique opportunities with this. 5 metres. What you would do, if you take, say, one of your panels, you've cut out what letters you want. You've got one that's already been opened through there, haven't you, Joe? It's ever so hot in here. I'm so sorry. I feel all like hot and flustered today. And it's not because I'm with Joe and Liam. No. It's just because it's really hot today. I've got a feeling it's going to be even hotter today. Whew. 25 degrees. I wonder how hot that makes this studio. It's boiling, isn't it? It is boiling. I feel like I'm not talking very well today. Either? Yeah? Thank you. Right, so somebody's already cut into this. I will show you. This is £23.99. If you are looking at... I don't think this has been cut up, you know. I would use quite a big piece if you can. Just the larger the size of your pieces. Let's do kisses for Liam and Joe. So, if you can do a larger section, that is going to help when you're cutting, because your glue will just go all the way to the edge of your fabric. Yeah, it could. Absolutely. You could probably fit the whole of your panel on, and then if you know that you're going to be appliquing it all, just simply iron it all on. Iron it all on. But, yeah, just ignore where I haven't done all of the crosses. So, this side is you'll feel it, this side's my glue side and this side's my paper side. You can kind of see it, can't you? Then, what you would do is just iron this on, this will stick to it, and cut right the way around. See what I mean? If you were to cut these out into smaller letters and then try and Bondaweb it on, it would just be a little more tricky. So if you're working with the larger section, it's easier. And then you just cut all the way around. Once again, leave it to dry. Peel off your paper backing and it will leave just this glue side on the back of your fabric. And then it is ready to position onto your fabric where you want to place it and iron. It's as simple as that. You will then need to stitch it. Can I what, sorry? If you position it wrong, you mean? You do have a little bit of wiggle room. It's obviously going to be hot. If you sort of reheat it, make sure you've got it in the right place before you iron it, basically. Put a pressing cloth over it so you don't get glue on your iron, and then you can stick it down. It is a sort of a fix. It's not a temporary hold, it is a fix, but if you are going to use it for things like quilts, and if you're using it on bags or things you're going to handle or wash, then I'd definitely stitch it down. Definitely still stitch it down. But if you're making bunting like this, it's not going to be forever, but it will sort of stay there for the time being. £23.99, which is brilliant, less than £5 a metre on a whole roll of bundle web. We love bundle web, don't we? We absolutely love it. Now, if you are doing things like cushions, if you're doing wall hangings, which I think these are going to be absolutely ideal for, what is it we're going for next? Sorry, the poly wadding. Then this is the poly wadding that you'll need. Don't get me wrong, you're not going to be able to use this for a whole quilt, but this is ideal for a wall hanging. It's brilliant for a cushion front. If you are doing a bit of free motion, then this is going to be ideal. It's not like, and it is polyester, so be aware, obviously, if you're using this near an iron, be aware. It's £3.99. Don't use it near your iron because it will just melt. £3.99, but it does just give it a bit more sort of structure. You can use it in bags, like little tote bags. This is going to be great for storage boxes as well. Joe wants to use this for snow in his Christmas scene decorations this year. Just £3.99 for your 2-ounce poly wadding. What's that, sorry? You do use it as snow? At home? This, you do? Oh. I bet you do like a whole snow scene, don't you? £3.99. Liam's just done a quick price check on this. There's a massive river company. No. Oh, okay. Yeah. £5.24 on there. So, I mean, even, you know, if you've already paid your postage and packaging today, definitely worth making the most of this. You do have to pay postage and packaging on that one as well, Liam's saying. It's £3.95 for your postage and packaging, and that's capped all day long. So once you've ordered something, then you can add this to your order. Those of you that bought the early bird, the buttons, as loads of you did, you can add this on as well for £3.99. Now, a lot of people that want to practice doing a bit of free motion quilting, it's going to be lovely for that as well. Okay, now, if you, we all have lots of different size pins. These are teeny, teeny, tiny. Let me show you next to a normal pin. These are your clover head pins. Can I open this, Liam? If you are doing hand stitching, needle turn applique, if you're doing machine applique, it just means that you can leave them in as long as possible and still stitch around them. Oh, they're so cute. They are tiny, tiny, tiny. But I like that they've got this little bobble on the end, so they're still easy to handle. They're not too fiddly. But this is your normal size pin, and this is your applique pin. I just wanted to show you to scale. They are really, really tiny. I don't think they are glass heads. I don't know. I think they're plastic. It doesn't say glass head, so I would be careful if you've got them near your iron. I would be very careful. I think they're just plastics. But so say, for example, the little X's that I cut out, which I can't find now. Where did I put them? But if you are doing smaller pieces, if you are appliquing smaller pieces, using a pin like this, yes, will hold it in place, but you're going to obviously have to be very, very careful when you're sewing. You're going to be really, really careful when, it's just more cumbersome, isn't it? This is going to be so much better. These are going to be ideal for your applique. And they're just so cute. You get loads of them in your box, 150 for £6.99. It's about having the right tools and having the right products to sort of help us get the best results in our projects, and having the right pins. We like to have an array of pins. We like to have an array of scissors, don't we, as crafters? So this is going to be ideal. Just £6.99 for 150 of your applique pins. They are always very, very popular, and they're from clover, so you know they are, of course, lovely quality. 2 centimetres long, Great for applique. So, if you are wanting to do more traditional applique without bond web, then another option is needle turn applique. So we've got a tool which is actually a 2-in-1 tool. I like it when you get two jobs done with one tool. We've got your hero marker on the one side, which we know is a sort of traditional marking tool. These I find are absolutely brilliant as well for getting right into the nooks and crannies if you're doing toy making, if you're doing bag making, if you're turning something through. This is going to be really nice to get your straps nice and crisp. You've got the one corner side and the one, I say pointy side. It's not sharp, it's just a pointy side. So it's going to be better than using like your knitting needles or something sharp to poke out your corners. But it is traditionally used as a marking tool. So quilters, this is brilliant. Dressmakers, you know, anything that you don't want to be putting a pen on, maybe like your PU or something, but you want to make a really nice crisp crease, then this is going to be ideal. The other side, this is your little point that you can do for your needle turn applique. So if you are turning round your sort of seam allowance on the edge of your applique, then you do it with this end. It's just £6.99. Again, from Clover, lovely quality, and again, just something that's going to be very, very useful in marking and your needle turn applique. We always talk about having a dobber. Do you know what I mean? A dobber, one of those things that we don't really have a name for, but a pokey tool, that's ideal for that. So that's your hero marker and applique tool. Let me put my pin back. Right, we've also got applique mat. All of us have got glue on our iron at some point or another. I use like my family iron like this. I now have got my Prim mini iron, which is brilliant. I love it. Make the most of those on the web shop if you can. But you don't want to get glue. You don't want to get glue on your iron. So to prevent that, use a pressing cloth. This is an applique mat. It's basically like a Teflon sheet. Let me open it out. If you cover up your H640 with it as well, it's a lot easier to sort of glide along. So if you are using a fusible fleece, this is brilliant. If you have a look, you can, it's designed to obviously be reused. You can use this over and over and over again. It will, of course, one day come to an end, but it is designed for reusing your Teflon sheet over and over again. Used for appliques, fusing fabrics, working with glue, reducing friction. Use a mat for gluing applications in craftwork. Most glues included hot glues or from a glue gun will not stick to this cloth, and thus the mat will protect tabletops and work surfaces. Will resist sticking to most glues and reduce friction treated surfaces, making irons and other applications smooth and easy. That's what I find is easier actually. If you're doing H640, I do have to be very, very careful normally on if you are having to maybe use H640 on a fabric like PU, you don't want to use your iron with it. This is perfect for that. Just £6.99. We've got so many items that we want to get through today. So that's your applique section. If you manage to get the alphabet panels, well done, because they are extremely limited. Don't forget, at the moment, the brights and the traditional, in fact, you know what, all three are really, really popular. All three. The brights, though, let me just show you this very quickly. It's gorgeous. If you've got your Bonder web, get personalising. Half the stock of today's allocation is gone. There's loads of you checked out on this. It's £5.99. Brilliant value for money to say that you're getting all of your uppercase, lowercase. You're getting all of your numbers as well. Some are 3 and some are 4 as well. Brilliant, isn't it? Look, you've got 4 T's, you've got 4 E's, 4 O's. £5.99 exclusive panel. Are you all right, Joe? It's being very quiet, isn't he? Okay. It's because Liam's here today. It's because Liam's here. They live together, Liam and Joe. They live together. They're moving house at the moment. Well, I say at the moment. Have you started packing yet? Not yet. The day, but they're so last minute, Larry's. They were like, oh, we'll just pack on the day. We'll leave it on the day. Right, so that's your sort of applique and bondeweb section. We're now going to go to an embroidery section. Oh, are we going to go straight to this book? Let me move my cup of tea out of the way. I never have time to have a cup of tea. I've made myself a full new cup of tea. I haven't even had a chance to have a sip. Right, this is a hefty book. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. It is your Royal School of Needlework book. Those of you that have met Helen McCook, who is a great friend of ours here at Sewing Street, we absolutely love her. As soon as we can, get guests on doing demonstrating live. She will, of course, be top of the list. We want to get her on. And she actually wrote the goldwork section in this book. £25, and look at how many amazing techniques you get. So it starts off by talking to you about the Royal School of Needlework. Look at how many different techniques you're going to learn here. Your basic techniques and equipment, other materials that you might need, or other equipment that you might need if you want to, designing your own embroidery, using colours, talking about different tips, framing up. It will talk you through, literally, step by step, holding your hand, with photographs, with beautiful images, with great descriptions. This is one of those books that I think you will just have forever and ever and ever. My sister, for example, she got a book from my auntie. She loves cooking, and she had a really special recipe book that was from Claridge's. And it's one of those that, yeah, I've got loads of recipe books, but that's one that's so special that she will always have. And every now and then you pick it up and just have a read and indulge and learn something new. And trust me, you will always learn something new, whether you are brand new to embroidery or whether you are a professional. I think it's a really good investment of one that you will have. I think it's like a nice coffee table book just to sit and look at the amazing different crewel work, the gold work, history of crewel work, learning more about the different techniques and their sort of history. There's some beautiful designs in here. Before you're starting to stitch, I'm not going to obviously go through all of this, but it will talk you through step by step how to create each stitch. So you can start designing your own embroidery. There's a section, as I say, on gold work, on black work, the history of black work there, doing faces, doing animals. This is the gold work that our lovely Helen McCook did. We've actually had the piece that, let me see if I can find it, talking about padding, working with bead embroidery as well. There's a section on bead embroidery. She's brought all these in to show me before, and they are absolutely incredible. They just make you want to dive in and touch them. Look. Do you know who'd love this book? Mark. He would absolutely love this book. Look, imagine doing that as a gift card or a wall hanging for somebody. Applique, there's a selection on applique as well. So here we go, talking about how you do your bondeweb. But also there'll be how to do traditional needle turner applique as well in here. I love these. There's so much to learn. It's very, very exciting. It's literally packed full of projects, packed full of history, lots of great stories. I love white work. Look at that. That is amazing. And again, beautiful white work. For weddings, that is stunning. That is stunning. You could do amazing lace with this. Getting started, how to do your white work, how to do... There's so much in here. There is literally so much. Cut work, bead embroidery. I think it's one of those really luxury coffee table books, isn't it? One that you're going to pick up, put down, pick up, put down. Maybe you want to learn just a section. That looks like a hardanger, doesn't it? £25, one of my favourite books that we have. It's the ultimate bead embroidery book. It certainly is one of my picks of the day. It's just the most incredible Bible of embroidery. There's so much in there, and lots of industry experts that have all come together to put that in. I mean, even the printing, surely, that costs more than £25. It's amazing. It's huge. Okay. Who wants what I think is the best value for money of the day? If you do, it's these. 100 skeins. 100 skeins for £14.99. That makes it 14 pence a skein. Even my maths can work that out. 14 pence a skein. You get loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads and loads. They're 8 metres each. 8 metres on each skein. Beautiful stranded cotton. If you're starting out, I mean, right, I've already opened these up before. You probably saw this. You've got 800 metres here. 800 metres, which... I mean, if you're working on maybe matching a colour or wanting to do dolls' faces, or if you're wanting to do toys, if you're wanting to do some starting out with embroidery, to be able to get all of these different colours, maybe you're thinking I'm going to do like a springtime theme project. Look at all your greens that you've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 11, 12, 13, 14. I mean, I'm just going 15. I've just rooted through and found the greens. So you're going to be able to match up so many different fabrics with all the different shades that you've got. Maybe then you want to mix in your yellows and do like a garden scene. They'd be beautiful, and mix in your early bird buttons as well. You've got your sort of classic colours, your blacks, your whites, your ivories, your greys. I do think for anybody that loves toy making, or wants to just do a little bit of embellishing that's already, you know, made t-shirts. If you've got a plain white t-shirt that you want to embellish, if you've got a fabric that's, we've got lots of fabrics that are coming up in the next hour. Even on a pattern fabric, just doing French knots or lazy daisies or stem stitch, it will look beautiful. It will look absolutely beautiful. £14.99, all 100 skeins, 14 pence a skein. They're really lovely quality. If you are starting out, then I would absolutely grab those. Grab those because you've got all of the different colours available, and the price per skein, that is the best value for money. We've got other packs, but that is your best value for money. I'm going to just put these down here, Joe. Remind me they're there. Right, let's go to, we've got brights, we've got pastels, and we've got variegated. Your bright has got 36 8-metre skeins, and still 27p a skein, great value. And you're still getting a huge variety of beautiful colours. The lovely pinks as well, the nice sort of baby pinks. This would go nice with your brights, with your bright panel. That'll go really, really nice with your bright alphabet panel. Just £9.99 for 36. And then we've also got the pastels. Oh no, the variegated. Which ones? Pastels. These are so pretty. I think these are great for if you do a lot of doll making and toy making, because look, you've got hair colours in there. You've got lovely skin tones in there as well. Just £9.99 for 36 skeins. What do you just call them? Irritated skeins, you call them. He's irritated today. Irritable mood. Variegated skeins. What? Variegated. Let me show you the different colours. I knew that he'd be playing us up today. By the way, we've got Liam, those of you that are just tuning in. I've got Liam producing today, who's one of the producers over at Jewellery Maker. He's come up to spend the morning with us, which is exciting. He's going to come on air later. He's going to he's going to show you his pick of the day at 10 o'clock. In the 10 o'clock show. So let me show you what a variegated thread is for anybody who's not seen these before. If you do want to do, I'm thinking like a flower, petals, just to see all of the different colours is going to be amazing. If I hold this there, is that about right? Yeah. And pull it across. It's so subtle, but can you see how that's changing colour? So it's a variegated rainbow cotton skein. At £9.99, you've got lovely blues in here. You've got teals, reds and purples. Oh no, if we've been mean to him, we won't come back, Joe. Yay! I'm only joking. Leah's one of my good friends, so I'm allowed to say that. No messages in saying Vic's being mean to the new producer. £9.99 for 36 skeins. That is great value for money, isn't it? Especially as you've got loads and loads of colours. Please message in if you have got any questions, if you want to come and just say hello, good morning. Honestly, now more than ever, it's really important we all stay in touch. Right, Liam wants a nickname. We don't really do nicknames here, do we? See, over at Jewellery Maker, he's called the bad boy of Jewellery Maker. Dearie me. Oh gosh, he's going on with more nicknames that he's got. Right. All of your embroidery skeins, brilliant value for money for your hand stitching. We've also got some brand new sewing needles. Oh, we're really excited about these. So we've got, let's do these and then we'll do those. Okay. £1.99. If you've bought something already, add to your order. These are brand new crewel and embroidery needles. They're £1.99 for all of your hand sewing needles. Larger size number equals the finer the needle, basically, for just £1.99. The difference with embroidery and crewel needles is that you get longer eye. So can you see that you've got a sort of a longer eye, so you can fit through bigger skeins. Obviously, when you're doing embroidery, if you're using an embroidery floss or if you're using crewel wool, then you want to have a bigger eye to be able to fit your stranded cotton through. £1.99, so they're ideal for that. Brand new today at £1.99. I have never seen these. Do you know whenever you watch Dragon's Den and you think, why didn't I think of that? That's such a good invention. This, I wish I'd invented these. Now, you're probably going to have seen them before. I've never, ever, 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 ever seen these before. If you use these, message in, because this is such a brilliant idea. They are double tip needles. Now, £1.99. Can you see? You've got the eye in the middle. And then you've got the point on either side. Now, I'm thinking, correct me if I'm wrong, but this, if you've got your hoop, you've got the one with the clamp on maybe, and you're doing hands-free stitching, you can literally go down through your fabric and up without going like that. Without doing that motion, it's just down, up, down, up, down, up, isn't it? That is going to save so much time, and I suppose you could use two hands, can't you? You could have one that's always at the underneath your hoop and one at the top and just pass through, and it will be so quick. Because you find if you're going back up, well, it will just cancel out so much time, but also you're almost guaranteed to sort of go back where you came from a lot easier than if you were to reposition your hand to go back through your fabric, if you understand what I mean. It's brilliant. These are absolutely brilliant. I've never seen them before. A really clever idea. For £1.99, have a go. On the back, it's saying easier and quicker to stitch. They're designed for two-handed stitching, especially on frames with hoops that you can go straight up and down. These embroidery needles have an eye in the centre and two rounded tips for just £1.99. Absolutely brilliant. That's so good, isn't it? Right, we haven't got much longer and we've got still so much to do. So if you do need a hoop, obviously if you are doing your embroidery, then it's great to work from a hoop. And not everybody chooses to work from a hoop, but I think it does help, keeps it nice and taut, and it means that you can leave like your needles there ready. You can put it down and pick it up as much as you want. Do you know what I also love these for? Framing your work. There is a bar that I used to sing at in Nottingham, and they literally had a whole wall. It was an old cathedral, an old church that was converted into a bar. It was absolutely amazing. The stained glass windows are beautiful. But they had a whole wall that was filled with embroidery hoops with artwork in. If you want to do, even with your, I'm thinking even with your alphabet, you could use something, applique your letter and do somebody's name and frame it using your embroidery hoop. It's a big one as well. That is a 9.4 inch hoop. £5.99. Make the most of that. That's the first time I've seen that as well. So, also, just before we move on to Sashiko, something we all need, scissors. Scissors, scissors, scissors. Would you do me a favour, Liam? Would you have a look on the website and see if you can find, just because I know the other day I was just wondering whether it's been taken down. What was it called, Joe? The box, the embroidery box. Remember, it was still at the early bird price. I wonder whether, because we've got these skeins and a lot of people are checking out on the skeins. So it was an early bird, and all of our early birds are for 1 day only. And there was one that we found on the website. Liam, Joe's got the code for you, Liam. £13.99, and these are beautiful Fiskars scissors, everyday scissors, great for any of your hand embroidery. Really nice to just keep by your sewing machine, really. Or if you're cross stitching, if you're doing any Sashiko, if you're doing any of your gold work, your canvas work, your white work, your bead embroidery, all need a nice little pair of snips for £13.99. Oh, it must have sold out. I was just checking. I know that when I was talking to Mark yesterday, who is a cross-stitcher, he was saying the reason he likes these Fiskars scissors is because he can't fit his thumbs in the smaller stalk scissors. So if you do want to have that larger sort of ring for your fingers to go through, then they're brilliant. And they're Fiskars. You can't go wrong, can you? You can't go wrong with £13.99. We all collect scissors, I know. It's £13.99, and they are 13 centimetre scissors. Right, make the most of those. We've got, I don't know whether it's on the web shop. Have a look. It's called, what's it called, Joe? Oh, he's passing it to me. It's called the Embroidery Thread Organiser. It's that one. Is it gone? It's not that one. Does it still say early bird? £6.99. Buy it, buy it, buy it. Because also, you know the 100 skein? Do you want the code to put into the website? JVZW27. It's £6.99. I shouldn't do this. I really shouldn't do this, but I need to tell management, really, because I know early birds, they are for 1 day only. And just buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. I can't even tell you how good that is. It's not going to be underneath. You're either going to have to search the code or speak to the customer service team. It's there. So if you bought the 100 skeins, you also get 100 of these cards with it. So you can store all of your skeins, and you get 10 DMC skeins as well for £6.99. £6.99. Sorry, it's a random colour. Sorry, I really shouldn't have done that, but I just wanted to let you know that that's available. All these sections, we love a bit of storage, don't we? Okay, sorry, I know. I'm putting it away before we get a phone call. Oh, no, don't. You're saying they've already messaged. They've already spotted it. I showed the Fiskars scissors, yep. Should we go on to the Sashiko book? This is the ultimate Sashiko book. It is the ultimate Sashiko book. It's a traditional Japanese technique. It's simply a running stitch. If you can do a running stitch, you can do Sashiko, and you can create such amazing artwork. The great thing about this book, it's by Susan Briscoe. Those of you that have met her before, she's an incredible teacher. She is a huge fountain of knowledge when it comes to Sashiko. She absolutely adores this technique. She talks to you about the history of it. £11.99 for the amount that you learn in this book is crazy. Hang on, £11.99. This is £15.99. Just saying, it's the same book. So, not only will you learn, obviously, a section at the start all about the history of Sashiko, it then talks to you about getting started, which we'll get. We've got some of the bits and bobs you'll need to get started coming up in the show. The hera marker, there you go. Hera marker, a traditional Japanese sewing marker made, is normally made of bone, traditionally. Don't worry, ours was made of plastic, which scores and polishes the line on fabric. It shows up very well on dark fabrics, and the line washes out. Put your cutting mat or card on the board under the fabric when you're marking, otherwise you'll score your table. But that was the hera marker that we were talking about earlier on. So it tells you about marking your fabrics, basic techniques. But then, do you know what I love about this, Liam? Not only do you then have projects and tips, so you learn the different stitches, you have projects and tips, lovely achievable projects that are really nice to also send in the post, I think. Send for gifts or cushions, just to embellish on bags. There's some really great projects in here, but then still not at my favourite bit. I mean, there's loads of projects in here, table runners, tote bags. This is my favourite part. This is your pattern library. So what I love about this is that you can start making your very own sampler, but throughout it will tell you the Japanese name, then it's sort of what it means in English, and then the meaning of the stitch. Every single stitch has its own meaning. So there's ones that you might recognise. Let's have a look. So this one, for example, circles and curves. I'm not going to try and say it in Japanese, but it's linked 7 treasures. You've probably seen this, and it will talk to you about the history. It will talk to you about where it originated. It will talk to you about using different colours as well. You can see clearer where those stitch lines are. Now, it looks ever so complex, but actually, if you break it down, it's really simple. Waves. We know as quilters, we know these as clamshells, don't we? In Sashiko, it's waves. There's so many incredible patterns to learn. The hemp leaf's another really, really famous one. You might see that on some of our panels. Steps, paving blocks. There's loads and loads of patterns to learn. She's put them all in here. It's the ultimate. It is the absolute ultimate Sashiko guide. Inspiration gallery. I know lots of people that embellish denim jackets and embellish jeans and things like that with it, and it looks so cool. It's so cool. If you bring in a denim shirt for me, Liam, I'll do it. I'll put it even on a pocket front. You don't need to commit to doing a huge sample quilt. Just do a small project, or it sort of embellish that you've already got. Upcycle. Oh my word! Right, we're gonna have to go quick. This is the Simpo Sashiko. Now, the price on it is brilliant. It's £6.99. 8 different sewing projects. Similar projects to in the Ultimate book. Basic techniques, talking about using your Sashiko thread. All of your Sashiko, different techniques, and then some lovely achievable projects. Not only does it tell you how to do your Sashiko, but it will also talk to you about how you assemble the bag. So that's good, isn't it? Greetings cards. Blue sampler cushion. Table mat. Pocket hanging. There is so much to learn. Again with Sashiko, once you dip your toe in, why not dip your toe in at £6.99? You can have a go, and there's some lovely modern projects in there for your home. That's just £6.99. So, the difference in your thread. Let me have a look and go back to the Ultimate Source book and see why it is that we use different threads. So it is a traditional Sashiko thread. It is a specialised thread, especially for when you're sewing Sashiko. If I just go to here, threads. Ordinarily, fabric and needles originally used for Sashiko. Originally, fabric needles were used for Sashiko, but thread was specially spun. Modern Sashiko thread has a looser twist than many embroidery threads and is made from long, stable cotton and is very hard wearing and strong. It says, do not try and break this with your fingers. It is very, 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 very strong indeed. I suppose it's designed to go through things like denim. You want to give it a really good sort of tug, don't you? It's got to be a strong, and traditionally it was used to sort of reinforce and strengthen farmers' workwear. So it says various brands are sold worldwide in large scales in several weights, fine, medium and thick. Which one's this? 40 metres. I'm guessing this is your, it doesn't say, I'm guessing this is your thick. This is extra, the exact thickness and shade varies between manufacturers, but this one is going to look brilliant and show up really, really nicely on any of your traditional indigos or your traditional denims, whereas the other colour that we have is navy. So just be aware, if you are working on a darker fabric and you want it to show up like, let me show you on one of these, it looks more aged than if you were to use a white. I do like the ecru because it isn't as bright as white, but you can see it looks really beautiful against the dark background. It's more sort of subtle, it's more aged, isn't it? It looks like it could have been stitched years and years and years and years and years ago. I do like navy on navy. I think it adds texture, but obviously it won't show up as well. If you're working on a lighter fabric, then this is going to be lovely. £4.99 for 40 metres in your navy. Also throughout the book, she does tell you how to use it. So when you get it home, if you chop into your thread, yep, I know, everyone who's going, oh, really? Yep, Susan always tells me to chop where the loop is, chop into that and plait it, and then you can literally pull one of the skeins out really, really easily. Just £4.99. The thing is, with what's going on in the world right now, it's hard for us to source these. They are Japanese threads, so to be able to get all of these in for you now, it's definitely worth stocking up. Now, your Sashiko needles obviously are designed to go through denim. They're very, very sharp. They're very sharp, they're very, very strong indeed. And again, if you go back to your Sashiko book, Sashiko needles are very sharp compared with ordinary sewing needles. They're quite thick and rigid in relation to their length. Very long needles can help you with your stitching lines when you speed up sewing, but also these are really, really great to have if you're doing quilting as well. £5.99 if you're doing some hand quilting. Very, very versatile, beautiful thick needle. Okay, and then the longer ones, what I like about these is that you can fit loads of stitches on there. If you see somebody who's doing Sashiko who's done it for a long time and gets very speedy with it, I know Cara Ackerman's very good at this. She'll get loads and loads of stitches packed onto her needle. So I'd go with these. I would go with these. You've also got a nice gold tip. It's actually a gold-plated tip, which will mean that your thread will glide really nicely through your needles. Honestly, this book is brilliant. It will talk you through from start to finish exactly why we use everything, why it's good to have these different needles, why it's important to have the correct thread. Definitely recommend the longer ones especially. They're brilliant at £3.49 if you've bought anything this hour. Definitely add those to your basket. I've also got some of the panels. Now these are pre-printed panels. We always say to wash or to not wash in the quilting world. Do not wash these before that you use them because all the markings will disappear. Do not wash them. Whoops. Okay, I'm going to start with, oh no, that's not going to stay there, is it? There we go. I'm going to open these up because I think it's nice to see the patterns. They come in a nice little packet, so they're nice to gift to somebody. And the great thing about this is that you can almost like colour in by numbers. You literally follow the stitch lines, and then once you've stitched, do you know, I always try and do this really neatly, and I get in such a mess when I try to do it neatly. Okay, what was this one called, sorry? Araname. And I've not seen this one before, this is new to me. These are the newer designs, by the way. You might have seen some of the panels before. So it's on your beautiful traditional fabric. That's the size of your finished project. Sorry, Joe. Look, that's so cute. It's like little bunny rabbits, isn't it? Oh, see, I'd love to look in the Ultimate Sashiko book to see the meaning behind these because they'll all have, again, your meaning. But then, you also have, they're waves, aren't they? They're so cool. And then if I spin this around, on the back, you've got all of your instructions. You also have all of your instructions. So do remember, before, just be aware, obviously, I think it's because they're saying do not iron, do not steam iron, because if you start ironing before and you get it wet, the marks are going to disappear. But, right, so I'm wondering, if you were to then stitch this, then wash it, all of your markings will disappear on this side, so then you could use that as the back of your, whatever you want to make, cushions or your panel, your wall hanging. You could use that as a table mat, couldn't you? You could use it as a bag or a cushion, small cushion. Just £12.99. It's a really lovely way of, you know, starting and knowing that you've got the guidelines to follow. You don't even need to do it all. If you just want to do the bunny rabbits or if you just want to do the clouds, how good's that? Right, so we've also got the dragonfly, which is another very, very traditional one. I will open this as well so you can see. 100% hand-printed cotton, traditionally sort of dyed as well, which I love. Let's have a look. And so it gives you all of your instructions on the reverse. The dragonfly is very, 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 very popular, of course, in Japanese heritage and culture. It's very symbolic indeed. Talk about the basic stitching, starting and ending stitching, beginning, front and back. So if you haven't got a Sashiko book, don't worry. It does have all of your instructions as well on the back. They're really cool. See, that one you've also got, is that the Seven Treasures one? That looks like Seven Treasures or hemp leaf, I can't remember. But have a look in your book, research what you're stitching because they all have different meanings. I also have the noshi. See, that's another famous one. This is, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, message in, those of you that have watched any Susan's shows, is this a family crest one? I think this might be a family crest. Pardon? And your instructions, don't forget, all of your instructions are pre-printed. Yeah, that one is a family crest one, I'm sure. Noshi. £12.99, but look at all the detail in between. £12.99, that is a 12-inch square finished block with your panel. It's really nice. It looks more sort of detailed, doesn't it? But again, I bet that's really easy. You've got waves on there as well. The last one's the seasons. Oh, I'm going to have a look in the break. I'm going to have a look and see what that noshi means in the book. That's definitely in there. This one is your seasons. By the way, in the next hour, we've got so many fabrics to bring you. So many. We are going to have to speed through them, aren't we? We're going to have to play some catch up. See, that one would look really, really cool as well. Remember, once they're finished, I know it's a different design, but can I show you some other ones that somebody's stitched up for us before? I think Cara did these. It was Cara, wasn't it? See, she's got so addicted to Sashiko. It's a different, obviously it's a different pattern, but just so you can see what you can do. And then obviously using this part will have had the instructions on the back. So that's really good, isn't it? And I do love that one. The seasons print is beautiful. £12.99. I've also got some more pre-printed panels. Let's have a look. First of all, let me just make sure they're in the right ones. Whoops. I've got the brown. So these are like your grids. I suppose you can start designing your own patterns as well, can't you? This is going to be really, really lovely on a cushion front. I think some of the sort of simple Sashiko that we saw in the book and the projects, just having that one continuous. But how lovely would this look as well with different colour threads? So if you were to pick a line like this, if you were to pick a line like that and do that in one thread, and then you choose another line and do it in another colour thread, it's going to look completely different to if you were to do this in your blue and then your other one in your ecru. Or, I mean, there's so much that you're going to be able to do with it. That's really nice. I'm guessing this is the same sort of thing that you've got to be careful, don't wash it before. Don't wash it before because it will all come out when you wash it. All the markings will disappear. I've got the cream and... Right, so there's your denim, which we have already had stitched up and it looks beautiful. I mean, imagine these. Imagine these as like placemats or something. Well, they're posh placemats that I wouldn't actually allow a hot pot to go on that. Like, no, don't put your plate on there. You know what? Anybody comes round for dinner, get really annoyed because I'm... always having to... I do like having nice fancy things when people come around for dinner, but then I'm watching them. Don't you spill your gravy on my posh Sashiko placemat. For £14.99. And then you also have the backing as well included, because I'm presuming maybe your instructions might be again... oh, you have the packet of instructions here as well. on the back, that's where your instructions will be on this sheet here. £14.99. It's actually denim. It's a denim colour. It's a cotton fabric, but it's in denim colour. Cream. £14.99. Like your chevron pattern. Again, that will look so different when it's stitched in different colours, whether you're choosing one colour or whether you're choosing all the different ones. And then this one, olive. Your pre-printed olive square panel. I'm excited to see what you do with all of these as well. In the please do make sure you send in your pictures to the Facebook fan page. Send them in. We want to see them. We want to see them all. Right, we have got so much to do in the next hour. We've got loads of fabrics coming up. Go pop the kettle on, but be back with us. Lots of gorgeous fabrics coming up after this.
Hello and welcome. We love hearing from you and we really hope that you can follow us on our social media platforms. We've got Instagram, which is @SewingStreet. We have Facebook. We've got 2 Facebook pages. One is the Sewing Street TV page and the other one is Sewing Street Fans. All 3 of these are monitored all the time by our wonderful team, and if you want to message us on air, drop us a line on either of those 3 and we'll definitely be able to answer your questions that you may have. If you post on the actual wall, we can perhaps answer there. Otherwise, message us as well. That works really, really well. Thank you so much for being involved, and it's only because of this community that we're able to bring you all these different diverse products and to be able to answer your questions that you may have. Another way you can stay in touch with us is by signing up to our newsletter. These newsletters are sent out to you very regularly, and they include not only our guest profiles of upcoming guests, but also amazing shows that we've got coming up for you. And if you want to look at the amazing products before everybody else, that's the best way to do it. If you'd like to sign up and you haven't already, the link to follow is www.sewingstreet.com/sign up. You won't regret it. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sally Stevens and I'm here to introduce you to the amazing Starburst quilt that you can see behind me. It's a beautiful quilt, it's completely stunning, and the fabrics that we've got for you are just amazing. Tula pink, you've probably already guessed. Brilliant colours, fantastic quality fabric too to work with, and a stunning design that I hope you're going to enjoy, and I'm going to show you how to make.
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer, and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying 1 postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping.
If you love sewing, then you need the UK's favourite sewing magazine. Every month, you'll receive exclusive patterns. Follow simple step-by-step guides suitable for all skill levels to make your own stunning clothes, accessories and more, together with inspiring tips and tricks from industry experts. Join in and discover your love for sewing. Try Love Sewing today and get your first 3 issues for just £6.
Would you like to take part in our weekly competition? If you do, then all you have to do is head to the Sewing Street fan page group on Facebook. Post your picture of your make. Myself, Debbie Shaw and John Cole Morgan love looking at all of your makes every week. We pick our favourite and announce the winner every Friday live on the show. Happy sewing and good luck. Did everybody see the star quilt? Did you see the Tula Pink star quilt that Sally Stevens done? It's amazing. When is that going to be on? I just caught it on the advert there, and I've never seen that before. That is absolutely amazing. Oh, it's for John's birthday on Friday. Oh, that is going to be. It's an extended show, by the way, on Friday. Extended show. Brilliant lineup for John's birthday. Everybody must be there. It's going to be brilliant. It is going to be absolutely brilliant. So please, please, please do stay tuned for that. Right. Where do you want to start, Liam? Hand cream. I love this hand cream. I absolutely swear by it, and I know so many people do. Right now, something that we're all using more than ever, obviously, washing our hands so many times a day. I don't know about you, but my hands have just been so dry. So this has really helped. We actually had the inventor of Scene's hand cream here in the studio right when we started way back when in February. Karen, you can watch back on YouTube, and she speaks a whole hour about this hand cream. It's brilliant. It really is, because it's a hand cream that's designed with sewers in mind. Now, of course, as I say, we're all sort of really crying out for a good, nourishing hand cream at the moment, and I really recommend this one. Why? There's a few reasons why. One, because I don't know whether this was an open one. I think it is. It's got one of Kat's new stickers. She's doing a system, getting everything all organised here. So I'm opening it up. But what I love about this is that hand creams that I've used in the past stay on the surface of my skin. They're greasy. They don't actually penetrate into your skin. And when you're sewing, especially those of you that are working with maybe bridal fabrics or silks, and you're worried about the grease sort of transferring onto fabrics, the great thing about this is that it does just absorb instantly. Now, you really do not need a lot. I'm literally using a pea-size amount of your hand cream, and give yourself a good hand massage. Massage it all in. Massage it into your cuticles, massage it in, and it really does have the most beautiful smell. It's not an overpowering floral smell. It's not a clinical smell, but it's just a beautiful, fresh smell. I think it's the rose hip oil that I can smell, or the I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the shea butter, but it just smells so beautiful. Also, that was another thing that Karen said she wanted to do, was make sure it was a scent that's there, that smells beautiful and fresh, but also that will disappear. So that's also not going to transfer onto your fabric. She actually invented this when she struggled to find a cream when she was doing a milliner's course, and she asked the lecturer and said, what hand creams do you guys use? My hands are absolutely wrecked. And they said, we haven't found one. So she says, right. Went to a pharmacist, went to one of the best pharmacists, and have come up with this incredible formula, which has got, by the way, so many ingredients. All of them are on the website if you want to have a bit of a read through. Just so you know, it does have macadamia nut oil in, just so that you're aware. But all of the different ingredients have amazing different properties. So in fact, let me show you here so I can read it as well. To help moisturise, these are all ingredients that are natural ingredients that are said to help moisturise, soften and restore the macadamia and rosehip oils. You've got Nourish and Smooth with shea butter. It's designed to help hydrate and enhance a skin barrier. It's designed to help even skin tone. It's designed to help strengthen your nails. I love it for that. And also with that Fregonia oil, it gives you the beautiful signature scent. This has been very popular, not only with sewers, but also I know with our sister channel, with jewellery makers, anybody that's doing things with their hands. We all do. I know when you go into the winter, I always suffer with very dry hands, and I know that I think her name's Bryony, I can't remember, the ice dancer who's on Dancing on Ice. Have a look on the website, on Seam's website, because there are so many celebrities that have already absolutely loved this hand cream and have given Karen testimonial. So it's trialed and tested. It's £13.99. We're really proud to be able to bring this to you. It's just £13.99, which for how long that lasts, it's got a 12-month sort of shelf life on it, and trust me, it will last that long. You only need a pea-size amount and it will absorb instantly. It's gorgeous. That's £13.99. Now, if you do want to really treat yourself, Maybe if, like me, you haven't been able to go to the nail salon, I've been saying, I'm so sorry, apologising for the state of my nails. I can't paint them myself, so bad. I can't do my left hand. The one hand I'm fine, but because I'm left-handed, trying to paint with my right hand is very, very difficult. But what I love, 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 love about this, Kieran would probably be really good, you know, as well, but he takes too long. He takes too long to do it, so no, I haven't asked him to do it. What I love about this is that I normally when I go to have my nails done for the tailor, they always do all your nice cuticle things. It's a real treat, isn't it? You can almost give yourself home manicure every single night, £21.99, but it will last you a very, very, very long time. It comes with this little pipette. Is it called a pipette? And you don't even need to squeeze it, just dab it. Literally just dab it. If you get sore cuticles, if you get dry elbows, if you get sore heels on your feet, if you want holiday fresh legs, my head of TV manager Hayley, she uses this on her legs, especially in the summer when we're now trying to get, you know, our shorts on. It just gives you lovely glossy look, and it will help again to nourish. What I do is I put this on in the evening and then put my hand cream on and just let it soak in all overnight. As I say, I mean, you can see how little I've had. It's absolutely gorgeous. I know I do. Isn't it amazing? It just gives you, but it's again really, really fast to absorb. I would put it on at night just because I like to over egg it and put more on and just let it all soak in. It says use morning and night as required, massage into hands, nails and any rough dry patches on your skin, including heels, elbows and knees. Just a little tiny drop. I mean, you really, really don't need much. And it will be really fast absorbing. Again, the amount of ingredients that Karen has packed into here, I think for that price is fantastic. All of your ingredients, like your rosehip oil, again, your macadamia nut oil, just remember it does have macadamia nut oil in. Love that though. It smells beautiful. I like to have this on every single day so I can give myself a nice little manicure in the morning. Thanks for that, Liam. Don't forget, Liam's going to be on air with his pick of the day coming up in the 10 o'clock show. Okay. Should we do some back in stock? I'm going to jump to some fabric. Is it the hummingbird? I launched this and it completely sold out. We've got the bundle back. Now we also have them available by the half metre, but if you want half a metre of each of your fabrics, it's £33.99, and they do work also well together when you're looking at a Lewis and Irene fabric, of course, because they are very, very famous for their designing and the quilting designing. They think about different scales of prints, different colours that work together. It smells nice in here now. Thank you. What do you mean? Now? It's very warm, isn't it? £33.99. I love these colours. Those peacocks. Beautiful, beautiful colours. Your pinks and creams for £33.99. This would be nice to do some fussy cutting, actually, wouldn't it? That'd be really, really nice for some fussy cutting. So, if you do want to get all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 half metres, 2.5 metres in total, brilliant price point. Now, if you do want to think for dressmaking, larger projects, if you do want to think for soft furnishings or bag making, this is going to be absolutely ideal. Now, let me show you what half a metre looks like. Half a metre looks like this. It's £6.99 a half metre. But if you do want to buy multiple units, we can cut it off the bolt, especially for you. So if you buy 1.5 metres, it will come continuous. Just £6.99 for your pink flowers. Look at the detail, right in those lovely little petals. So this is what I was talking about in the first hour with embellishing. You could do some great embroidery over the top of this, couldn't you? What about for lovely little purses or bags? Even if you buy half a metre of this, wait till you see the lovely fat quarter books that we have that will give you some great inspiration for these. So then, that's your pink flowers. We've then got blossoms on pink. Half a metre. Again, brilliant price to say that this is designer fabric. Blossoms on pink, did you say? So it's the same one, but this time on pink. I don't know. You're out of order. £6.99. So this time you can see, instead of having the cream background, you've got the pink background. This is Blossom on pink. Is it the right one? Yeah. Pink flowers on white. Oh, sorry. Right, so let's do it again. So that's flowers blossom on pink. That makes sense. If you want pink flowers on white, what does that look like? Oh, it was in order then. I didn't believe you. Okay, so this one. You can see why I got it. That looks like pink flowers on white, doesn't it? This is hummingbirds. This is the one I'd call this hummingbirds and flowers. Look at the hummingbirds, they are gorgeous. It's all from the Lewis and Irene hummingbird range. This is perfect for fussy cutting. I think that would make a beautiful dress. I think for dressmaking this would be absolutely gorgeous. £6.99 a half metre. Multi-bar on this one. What about for soft furnishing? That would be a really nice one to cover lampshades with as well, because the light's going to shine through beautifully. Right, sorry about that. That's your pink flowers on white. So if you did like the other one that's coming up in a minute, I'll show you in a sec. In fact, let's just do it now. Sorry, I'm not very good at all this folding again, am I? There we go. Let's do the pink flowers blossom on white. On cream. I'm not even going to say the names. You can just see what fabric it is. You can see the graphics. There you go. I'll get there eventually. £6.99 a half metre. Lewis and Irene. Beautiful print. This would be really nice even if you were to just have, you know, something that's plain white, but just embellished, like the inside of pockets with this. What about a lovely rucksack or a little, I think a little tote bag? Soon, the market in my town's going to be open. The nice little open air market. I can't wait. I'm going to take my little tote bag, get my fresh fruit and veg. I'm so excited. Little things, eh? All those things that I just took for granted for so long, being able to pop every Saturday to the market in the town. Let's go to sorted flowers on pink. Oh, the blues on this are really lovely, aren't they? I'd pull on some of those really nice peacock blues. £6.99 for designer fabric. Bearing in mind, normally when you're looking at designer fabric, correct me if I'm wrong, Joe, but we're normally looking about £8.99 a half metre for designer prints. Lewis and Irene, £6.99 a half metre. You know that it's this gorgeous quality quilting weight cotton. But of course, don't forget, even though it's quilting weight, you can still dressmake with it. You can still do bag making with it as well. Ideal for bag making, actually. That's very pretty. This one's Liam's favourite. Don't let that put you off. You'll see in a bit, he's got really good taste. Assorted flowers. It's saying on purple, it's like a real deep purple. It's like a lovely navy. It is like a navy blue. But you can see how those peacock blues really pop on this. Pop. Half a metre is £6.99. Anybody who's bought a multi-bind, remember it will come continuous. So if you want 2 metres, add 4 units to your order and it will be cut off the bolt, especially for you. How is everybody today? Please do message in. Let us know how you are today. Favourite at the moment is pink flowers on white. The hummingbird one, which is the hummingbird one. The bundle's actually extremely popular. Remember, this is now back in stock. We did have it in, and it completely sold out. So maybe if you bought half a metre then and you want to buy more, now's your chance. I don't know if we'll be reordering this, so do make the most of it. Do you want to have a look at the hummingbird again? This is the pink flowers on white, which is the most popular. Hummingbirds are tiny, you know. Do you know how small they are? They don't actually sing. It's their wings that hum. Ah, I didn't realise that. Good fact. Was that in one of your quizzes? What song? How's it go, Joe? Hummingbirds don't sing. Singing us a song. £6.99. That's the most popular one on its own. If you do want that whole mega bundle, absolutely make the most of that as well. It's absolutely gorgeous. All by the ½ metre, 2.5 metres. So, bali pop, bali pop, bali, 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 bali pop. I can't get enough of these. I really hope these become sort of like a staple part of our Sewing Street stock. Once they're gone, I've been told they're gone, but these are really gorgeous and they're popular every single time they come to air. These are the pastel colourways, which are gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, whether you're choosing to make some beautiful rainbows, out where I live, just going on my daily walks, I love seeing rainbows in everybody's window. It just makes you smile, doesn't it? But to be able to do some really lovely, when you see such beautiful rainbow projects, oh, I love them. But equally, right, let me have a look. I've got these open, I think. These colours, aren't they? These would look really nice just for in your stash to go with all sorts. I'm thinking with any of the design rolls that we've had, you know, the pre-printed panels that we've seen in rainbow. If you've done the jelly roll race, or if you've done the design roll race, or if you've got any Pam and Nikki Lintop books that call for 2.5-inch strips, you're ready to go. Those of you that have got a stripology, remember, once you've cut these, you can simply really quickly and easily cut these into diamonds, you can cut them into squares, you can cut them into hexes, and you've just got so many fabrics for your stash. They're traditionally dyed batik fabric, so the reverse. Let me show you what one strip looks like, because you're only seeing half of it. That is a lot. Bear in mind you're getting 40 of these strips, double-sided, 2 of these strips. I know that when Wendy Orlando had these to have a play around with the home, she made so much. She was actually, I was really shocked at how much. She said, I've made this and this and this. She made cushions, she made bags, she made table runners, she made placemats. There was so much that she made with one pack at $39.99. Personally, what I would do is I would use this against maybe a dark navy background, or use it against a light background, a white background, and just use it sparingly. They're amazing. £39.99 for 40 of your 2.5-inch laser cut. They are laser cut as well. We've also got the rainbow colours. Rainbow colours, I know that everybody wants these. Rainbows at the moment, of course, the most popular already on the web sales, and they've only just come to air. If you want them, check out as soon as you can. It's £39.99, whether they're for your stash or whether for your rainbows. They're just £40. And then we've got the Under the Sea, Liam's favourite, these beautiful blues. Aren't they awesome? Purples and blues, you've got the greens in there as well. All 2.5-inch laser cut, traditionally hand dyed in Bali. Do you want to come on our school trip to Bali, Liam? Of course, to see the traditional hand dyeing technique of batiks on the beach, Bali. Oh, yes. $39.99. We need cameramen as well, Joe. 40 of your strips. They're lovely, aren't they? All traditionally dyed batiks for $39.99. Okay. Right. Do you want to do the books, by the way? Let's do the books. Let's get some inspiration. We've got home and we've got gifts. I'll start with the home ones because Wendy Gardner books are always extremely popular. Half of a ½ metre is a fat quarter. I was going to show you what a fat quarter looks like. So this is ½ metre, but half of it, that is a fat quarter. You cut half of your ½ metre, or if you've got a metre, then it is half. What did you say? These are fat quarters? I know, but they are so beautifully. Oh, these ones. They're fat quarters. Brilliant. Right. So, if you do want Sorry, Joe was moaning about my folding, so I did it properly. 16 projects, all designed for the home. Now, when you two move into your new home, I think there's going to be some great makes in here for you. What is a fat quarter? Talks to you about what it is, talks about all of the different things that you might need for the book, the projects in the books, different tools that you might need, your essential toolkit, your marking and cutting tools, your different techniques that you're going to learn throughout the book. And there are plenty of them. You're going to learn seaming. You're going to learn how to do buttonholes. You're going to learn patchwork. You're going to learn quilting. You're going to learn quilt as you go. You're also going to learn free motion and applique, all for £9.99. You're going to learn how to use twin needles, decorative stitching, adding trims and embellishments. There's so many brilliant techniques, adding piping and bias binding, adding a zip. So, I mean, these are all great transferable skills, all before you even get to the project. That is just like a book in itself, really, isn't it? Then, when you get to the project, these are all brilliant gift ideas or things for your home. So whether you want a nice cafetiere, cosy, reversible placemats, some nice patchwork and adding trims, little coasters. They're a great first project, aren't they? Anyone who's never done sewing before? How about doing lovely new oven gloves, revamping your kitchen? We saw the hoop earlier on. What about making your hoop into a nice hanging organiser? Pincushions as well, flower power pillow. This is really cool, and you see these a lot in some of your sort of home interior stores now, and they're really, really expensive. We're all about using things that are sustainable, things that are reusable, things that are going to last the test of time, and instead of having, like a plastic bowl that you would put your fruit in or something. This is lovely. I really, really like that, and it's really easy to do. We still need one of these, our tablet pillows. Nice gift for somebody, maybe for Father's Day or for grandsons or granddaughters. Everyone's got a phone and an iPad, especially at the moment. You know, when you're doing your Zoom calls or your house parties and you think, oh, hang on, I'm just holding my phone here and I'm going to be on this meeting for ages. You need something to prop it up, don't you? My mum certainly does, because she's always like this, holding it from this angle. Like, Mum, I could just see your chin. Hold it this way. See up your nose, Mum. Slippers. You need to make these for your guest bedroom. They're lovely. Your craft basket, keep all your bits and bobs in. What about a knitting bag, crochet bag? Keep bits of tools in to take out into the garden. Cable tidy. Joe needs that one. Joe needs that one. He loves his keeping all of his wires nice and tidy. So, I mean, there are loads and loads and loads and loads here. We need to make that for John Cole Morgan for his birthday with a gin and a tonic. Double bottles in there. That's what we like. Okay, so all of those projects, plus your patterns in the back for £9.99. Brilliant value for money. The other one is your gift ideas. Same idea again with full-size templates, but great gift ideas. Bit about Wendy at the front. It talks you through what you're going to need, the tips and techniques, just like the other book. Decorative stitches, twin needling, adding trims, zips, bias binding, and then we get to the projects again. So, two-tone tote bag. Love that. Love, love, love it. Cosmetic pouch. That's lovely, isn't it? Wendy Gardner, full on, sort of mocked. Well, she just said, oh, Vic, is that your makeup bag? You need to make yourself a makeup bag. My first job in lockdown was to make myself. Well, I made myself a makeup roll like this and a little bag to put all my makeup in to bring to work. There's your makeup roll. Oh, you could use this for art brushes or your different crochet hooks, couldn't you? Your different tools, keep all your scissors in. What a nice pair of short shorts. I like short shorts. You'd wear them in the sun, wouldn't you? And that's using 2 fat quarters, contrasting fat quarters. Good idea. Scissor keeper, pin cushion, sleeping pillows, eye masks. Have a nice little pamper day. You could do those as a nice little set. Tablet sleeves, there's loads in there. The purse, your retro purse, that's a nice way of using some of the purse frames that we've had. Picnic bags, lunch bags, making your very own Christmas crackers. There's so much in here for $9.99 and all really clear, achievable instructions. You're going to learn lots of different projects, great gift ideas, all for just £9.99. Love Wendy Gardner books, very, very popular indeed. We're going to move on to some fabric panels. I love all of these labels. I love labelling gifts. Or keeping them for yourself. Maybe you're starting out sewing. It's really nice to be able to remember your journey and almost sort of log your journey. This one, this quilt belongs to, you've got made for you and a space to put a name with love, and then you can also put the date. I just think they're so lovely, especially with the rainbows. This can be something that you made during lockdown that you'll always remember. I really, really love the rainbow ones, and I like the corner ones as well. They don't have to be for children. Right now, rainbows are relevant for us all, aren't they? They're all keeping us going. I like the fact that you've also got these corner ones, which are really nice to put on the back of maybe an embroidery piece. Made with love, handmade with love. You could put smaller ones on cushions or bags. The quilt labels as well are brilliant. £7.99. I always put quilt labels on my quilts. I've made a quilt for my 2 nephews, my best friend's little baby. I love making little new baby quilts and putting labels on. I think that's so nice. That's so nice for them to always remember the date of when it was stitched, especially these lockdown quilts and projects that a lot of people are doing. With the rainbows, it's really nice. Exclusive to us as well, that is. Now, it's called black, but I would just call this sort of classic neutrals because this is going to be brilliant with so many different quilts. It's going to go with every single quilt you made. I know a lot of people that during lockdown as well are actually finishing unfinished projects. Maybe you've just finally backed and binded your quilt that you made years ago. It's a really, really lovely way of remembering it and marking it and putting a little note to yourself or to somebody else. Also, I like these. I think they're nice for almost like memory quilts or memorial. They almost look like memorial sort of plaques, don't they? They're really beautiful. I like the middle ones. I think the check ones would be nice for Father's Day makes. You know, you've got some nice sort of floral ones, but you've also got some unisex ones. And then those corner ones again, which I think are great for squared, sort of like embroidery or back of cushions. The sort of, can you see the square, the right angle triangles at the end? They're really nice. And whether you want to write it with one of the fabric markers that you use with an iron or you leave to go, or whether you've got one of the, if the 680 has got like a monogramming or an embroidery machine or hand stitch, you could just simply write them if you want, couldn't you? Don't need to sew them all. You could write them and then try your best free motion over your handwriting, couldn't you? That would be cool. Okay, we've also got the pinks. Very, 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 very limited. There's less than 10. Well done if you already checked out. Eagle Eye spotted this on the web earlier. You've got another chance of getting your exclusive Sewing Street panels, £7.99. Which one's that? Is that the rainbow? The rainbow one, there's only 3 left. Whoever wants the rainbow quilt labels, it's the first time I've seen it, there's 3 left. £7.99, there's a lot of people who have had those, well done. £7.99 for the pinks, same prints again, and I love these. Even if you were to put them onto the front of a bag or as a label on, because you could fold them and have them as almost like a tab. You know, if you were to make something for the kitchen and you could turn that into like a tab that says made with love, that you then hang onto a hook. Yeah, even with paper crafts and things, you don't need to just stitch them into all of your sewing projects, do you? How about this one? This is beautiful, your baby blues. Oh, I love this. Ditzy quilt labels, this time in blue. Look at these sewing machine ones. I've not seen those before. They're really cool. Made with love, handmade with love, stitched with love. It's funny, isn't it? Because how many of us are, you know, you get to the point where, don't get me wrong, stitched with love, but also with a lot of other emotions as well throughout a quilt. Stitched with love and also frustration and everything else where you're like, can't can't do it. Blood, sweat and tears has gone into this quilt. And love, mainly love. $7.99. Everybody else at home is like, I don't know what on earth you're talking about, Vic. Just love with mine. I'm having a lovely time. £7.99. I must say, if you do find that you get to that point, walk away, come back tomorrow. Debbie Shaw told me that. It was one of her top tips, and it is so true. If something doesn't quite go right, which I know, I've been told, even the professionals, put it down, go away, come back tomorrow, and it won't be twice as bad. Okay, and then this one. Greys and pinks and hearts and just gorgeousness. Look, your little hearts. Handmade with love. But they're not all heart, girly, 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 girly. You've also got your sort of spots here. Or are they little hearts? I think they're tiny little hearts, they look like spots. They're beautiful. They've all got their little hearts in the background. £7.99. It's just good to have them in your stash, isn't it, ready to go? We all like to do quilt labels, so it's really handy to just have these ready there to go. £7.99. Bear in mind, you're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26. You're getting 27 labels there. 27 different labels for £7.99. Well done, everybody. Loads of people bought those. Be aware they're all extremely limited. Shall we do Liberty? There is something about Liberty prints and Liberty fabric that just makes me so excited. Don't get me wrong, I love all of the fabrics that we bring, and we're all on different levels of our sewing journey. If you want to make a really, really, really special project that you're gifting to somebody, or you want to send to keep for a quilt that's going to become probably an heirloom quilt, use Liberty fabrics. They're absolutely beautiful. Let me just pick one out because they're all amazing. They come as a huge pack. This one's one of my favourites. Classic, traditional, beautiful Liberty prints, absolutely iconic. You can feel the quality of these. 100% cotton, 11 fat quarters for £42.99. And like we saw in Wendy Gardner's book, you can do a lot with a fat quarter, with one of these. This is going to go a long, 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 long way. What I would do as well is I would go onto our web shop and have a look at some of the solid, plain fabrics that are just always on sale, because the fabrics that we have, you can pull out sort of like your creams and your whites, your navy blues and greens. They're all designed to mix and match together, but it will go an awfully long way if you add in some solids as well. It makes it, your price per fat quarter, £3.90. This is my favourite collection from Liberty. It's from the Winterbourne House range. Now, those of you that haven't heard of Winterbourne House, please have a look, because it's actually in Birmingham. It's in Edgbaston. The Winterbourne House is a beautiful arts and crafts Edwardian house with amazing botanical gardens, and that's what this range is taken from, inspired from the Winterbourne House. It's actually open to the public. When it does open, we will be going. Absolutely, I want to go on a. There's so many different places now that during this lockdown I wouldn't have had probably time to sit and research, but now I'm thinking, do you know what? I'm going to make the time to go there because it looks amazing. The colours are beautiful. They're so rich. And the Winterbourne House also had lots of William Morris wallpaper, May Morris prints, embroidery prints. It has that sort of theme, doesn't it, and feel. If you love William Morris, you'll absolutely love this Winterbourne House range. Great thing about Liberty is they've done the hard work for you. Contrasting colours that work together, contrasting scales of print that will add texture. And I don't mean sort of physical texture, I mean to the eye, texture to the eye if you're quilting with it. But those of you that are doing smaller projects, maybe gifts for somebody, if you're making little bits and bobs for your sewing room using this print, or this one, your poppies, that's always very popular indeed. That's a very famous print, as is the large version as well, the peacocks and dark blues. They're all absolutely gorgeous at £42.99 for your Liberty 11-piece fat quarter pack. So, another very, very famous designer in the quilting world, obviously Liberty being one of them. Another one is Tilda. What I love about this package, you're getting Tilda solids as well. It's from the really cute little apple butter range, which was designed around Tilda's grandmother's dressing room. So throughout the collection, we saw lots of gorgeous floral prints, and this one is the pearls. So it's, if you imagine I can imagine a very, very fancy grandmother with a lovely dressing room table with maybe pearls just stranded across there. And that's what that Tilda's sort of taken this inspiration from, the beautiful colours and your Tilda solids that match perfectly. I'm not going to open this because it's wrapped so beautifully, but they are all fat quarters. They're folded like fat eighths, but they're fat quarters, so half of your half a metre, and all with their corresponding beautiful solid. You got your pinks, your lovely sort of lemon tones, your blues and your greens. Absolute quality Tilda fabrics. These are your pearls. They're pearls. They're pearls, Liam. $31.99. They're really, really beautiful quality cotton as well. 10 of them for $31.99. That'd be a lovely gift for somebody. And you're going to be able to make loads with this. Value for money. Those of us, don't get me wrong, as I said, it depends on what sort of part of your journey you're on, and what sort of level, where you are in your sewing journey, or what you're making. Let's face it, we're all getting a lot of people, maybe younger people in our family sewing, doing crafting hours, homeschooling. I know it's getting us by a lot. At £12.99, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is a lighter weight cotton. You're getting 8 fat quarters for $12.99. They are really, really beautiful. I think it was the same fat quarter pack, different colourway, but it's the same that made this bunting. So it's ideal actually for bunting, but you're getting these like ice cream colours, aren't you? They're like sorbets. Summer colours. £12.99. Your price per fat quarter is what, Liam? It makes it less than, is that less than £3? Less than £2. It's £1.62 a fat quarter. Right, we are bringing the sort of exhibition shows to you right now. Do you know, all of the, of course, Festival of Quilts and the different shows have been cancelled this year. But what I love at Festival of Quilts, and when you love going to the exhibitions, is those stalls that say less than £2 a fat quarter, but you have to go in with your whistle and your high-vis jacket on, don't you, to try and grab the bargains. This is that brought to your home. They are less than £2 a fat quarter at $12.99. Brilliant just for your stash. Get everybody sewing, get everybody making, and have a bit of a play around. If you're wanting to make up, have a go at a gift that's in your book before you actually try it with your Liberties, try it with this fabric. At £12.99, it's still gorgeous quality cotton, slightly lighter weight, but lovely colours in there. Maybe to applique some of your alphabet onto. Maybe with your alphabet panel, they would look really lovely. Just £12.99. Thanks, Joe. £12.99. Flowers or stripe? Flowers, these ones? Okay. I've got the navy swallows. These are so gorgeous. The price on these is brilliant. Let's start with the navy, in fact. They're all individual. So, your navy blue. This would be a really, really cool pair of shorts, little lightweight shorts. It's a poplin weight, a nice shirt, a dress, $4.99 a half metre. Brilliant value for money. And because you haven't got to worry too much about direction of print, if you're starting out dressmaking, this is ideal, isn't it? Because it is a poplin weight, it drapes beautifully. £4.99 a half metre. Very, very good price, and gorgeous colour as well in your navy. If you want the royal blue, I'm trying to think, there's so much that you could use this for. It's so gorgeous and soft. All my mind is saying at the moment is for dressmaking. Can use it for quilting. Can use it for quilting. Just be aware when you are quilting, it'll just feel slightly different because if you're using it alongside quilting weight fabrics, slightly lighter. This is Birds on Royal Blue, £4.99 a half metre. That's your royal blue. Half a metre, by the way, looks like this. What about full curtains or a blind or something? Soft furnishing would look nice. I'm thinking a shirt. I am thinking dressmaking, definitely. That would suit you, actually, a nice royal blue shirt, Liam. You're going to meet him soon. You haven't been on air on Sewing Street yet, have you? He's produced a couple of times with John, but I don't think you've been on air yet. We'll have to get him on. We'll get him on at 10. Let's do the silver. Now, it's got like a very, very slight hue of olive green to it as well. Would you agree? Very, very slightly. It would go really nicely with the spot fabric that we had yesterday, the day before in the bags? Yesterday. Gosh, honestly, is everybody else like this? Is everybody else sort of not sure what day of the week it is? Don't really matter, does it? Doesn't really matter. £4.99 for your birds on silver. No, but I'm here every day, so it doesn't matter. Just get up. Just set my alarm up. Set my alarm and just get up anyway. I'm like, where am I? I have no idea. Okay, so all of those available at £4.99 a half metre. Great chance to have a go with some dressmaking. We've then got these. These are £4.99 as well. They are absolutely beautiful. They're poppies. Oh, pinstripe in cream. I would like a kimono style robe. That's a really nice project to do as your first project as well, dressmakers. That there's a lot of patterns on YouTube and a lot online that are for free. If you want to make yourself a nice kimono or pyjama sort of set, that, let's face it, if you are starting dressmaking, you don't need to worry too much about, because you don't wear it out. It's nice to just start with something easy that you can wear around the house, but enjoy and still wear. It's so pretty. That is such a pretty print. £4.99. That'd make a lovely bag as well, wouldn't it? Tote bag. Less than 10 left. Oh, I'd like that for the Wendy Gardner book. I don't know when we're getting that left in stock. There's less than 10 metres or 10 units left, so 5 metres left. That's it. £4.99. I'll be quick. 4 metres left. 4 metres of that left. That is about to sell out. Speaking of sellouts, hummingbird. That one, my favourite, the hummingbird, sold out. If you do want anything from that Lewis and Irene, it's just come back into stock, and that is incredibly limited. The only way of getting that fabric is in the mega bundle, is in the big bundle. There's still some left in the bundle. Bag makers, how beautiful is this? You have got that lovely fine pinstripe between as well. For gents as well. Well, you're wearing quite a floral top, aren't you, today? He's decided to copy me today. We've literally got nearly matching tops on. £4.99 a half metre for your assorted flowers on pinstripe grey. It's so gorgeous and soft. Is that poplin weight? It's slightly lighter weight, which is ideal for dressmakers. Love that. Absolutely love it. So, oh, these hens have been very, 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 very popular. I've got them in 3 different colourways. You know, in the book, when we saw lots of the kitchen projects, I think these are lovely for kitchen. I'm imagining like a nice tea cosy and cafetiere cosy. Maybe things for your workroom as well. We've got the duck egg first, which is Liam's favourite. I was going to do some fussy cutting with this earlier, so you could fussy cut these and just have them on like an apron or on a little pocket on a t-shirt. Just cute, aren't they? I call everybody hen. Hen's like my nickname for people. Yeah, you know when people call them chick or duck. Me duck. Is that a northern thing, Liam? Me duck. It's a Stoke thing, isn't it? Very Stoke thing. Went to Stoke University. I call everyone hen. £4.99 a half metre. And look at the detail on all the little hens. They're so gorgeous. I am thinking for maybe things in your workroom as well. Things for your workroom, storage boxes for your workroom. I've got the blue. This is Copen blue. They're your Rose and Hubble poplin weight fabrics. They're really beautiful. Someone's drawn on this. What have you drawn? I don't even know what it says. I think it's an item code number. Yeah. Sorry. Ignore the writing. £4.99 for your hens on bobbin. Half a metre looks like this, but oh, another chance as well to multi-buy for dressmakers. It's so pretty. And I love the fact that you've got so much detail on the little hens, on their bodies. One sitting down. They look so busy, don't they? I do love hens. Cute, 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 cute. Okay, do you have any hen facts for us? You had all the hummingbird facts earlier. Do you have any hen facts? Oh, he's now quickly Googling hen facts, hen facts. Let's do the beige. Oh, I don't like the name beige, do you? It's like a neutral tan. Again, lovely for dressmaking, bag making. Can use it for quilting, of course. Remember, it's just a slightly lighter weight. It's your Rose and Hubble poplin weight for £4.99. Fussy cutting as well and appliquing. These are great. Just £4.99 for your hens on beige. Right, the final hour. We have got for you so much. Are you going to put the Sally Stephen advert in again? Oh, don't worry, there's loads of other adverts to have a watch at. There's loads. Joe's been busy building lots of adverts for you. But do not go anywhere. Stay with us because we've got the 680 plus lots of other amazing products, great prices, and you're going to meet our producer, Liam, the eye candy of the day. Whatever you do, do not go anywhere. We're back right after this.
Hi, I'm John Cole Morgan and I'm here to give you my top tips on how I go about enjoying my sewing experience. My first top tip, as everybody knows, rotary cutter safety. If you're not using it and it's not on the mat, that blade must be locked. Please be safe. My second top tip is always buy more fabric than you need. If you don't have it, it's always going to sell out. You're going to struggle to find it, and when you do, it's going to cost you a lot more than when you were going to buy it originally. So buy it all. You always regret the bit you didn't buy. My next tip is positive or negative, always listen to the advice and opinions of other people. Even if you ignore them, everybody has a different perspective, everybody has a different take on things, and it might help you along the way. The next top tip I have is always buy the most expensive and the most useful and the most practical for your brain product that works for you. Some people prefer different things, buy what works for you. And my last tip is, this is fun, this is enjoyable, and make sure you are enjoying it. Because there's nothing worse than carrying on with something and hating it and not enjoying it. You need to make sure that you're having fun. Those are my top tips and how it is that I enjoy my sewing experience. I hope they help you, because they have helped me. For more handy tips and demonstrations, make sure you watch us on our Freeview channel 74, Sky channel of 670, otherwise follow us on YouTube on Sewing Street, where you can catch up on past demonstrations and shows. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Hello there, I'm Debbie Shaw and I would love you to join me on the first Monday of every single month for Sewing Street Surgery. Now this is a dedicated hour where I answer your questions, and that could be questions about techniques, it could be questions about tools, it could be questions about new products, or maybe something that you've seen that you just don't understand. There's a lot of questions about tensions on sewing machines, and there's a lot of questions about working with different weights of fabrics. So if you have a question that you'd like to ask me, the easiest way to bring a question over to us is to go to our Facebook page and post your question on there. I will collate all of those questions throughout the week. If we need any new products for you, or if we need any new demonstrations, those will all be worked on leading up to that first Monday of the month. So do join me, Debbie Shaw, on Sewing Street Surgery on the first Monday. Hello there, I'm Debbie, and this is my brand new Sewing Room Secrets quilting book, which is available exclusively signed on Sewing Street right now. So if you haven't seen any of the shows or caught up on YouTube, let me give you a quick flick through, because in here I'm going to teach beginner sewers or beginner quilters all about quilting, different types of quilting, different techniques for quilting and for binding your quilts as well. But not necessarily quilts that go on a bed. There's There's a quilted Christmas stocking tutorial, there's a quilted placemat tutorial, a quilted storage hanger tutorial. So very simple, achievable products for the beginner quilter to learn how to sew. So you can't buy this anywhere else at the moment. You certainly can't buy it anywhere else, even on pre-order with a signed copy, but you can get hold of them right now on Sewing Street while we have the stock. You can order on the website, you can order on the phone lines. I do hope you enjoy it.
Shopping with us couldn't be easier. If you want to shop online, then you can head to our website, www.sewingstreet.com. It will redirect you to our sister channel Jewellery Makers landing page. Don't worry, you haven't gone to the wrong place. We're simply using their website temporarily while we're building our own web shop. Scroll down past the Watch Live part and you'll see all of the products that you will have seen on air on today's live show. You can also shop our catalogue by clicking a category, clicking a product to view closer and adding it to your basket. Once you're ready to check out, you will need to create an account, which is absolutely free to do so, but it will mean that you can check out on as many orders as you want throughout the day with still only paying one postage and packaging. If you'd prefer to speak to somebody in our UK-based customer service team, then you can do so via the free telephone line number 0800 001 4433. They will not only help you create an account, but will also help you with any of your online shopping. Hello, welcome back to Sewing Street with me, Vicky, with you for another hour. We've got so much to do this hour. Liam wants to come and say hello to everybody as well, and thank you for welcoming him to Sewing Street. So he's going to come down in a minute, but look at how cute this is. Right, I must say, I absolutely love robins. I know a lot of people who, like me, will associate robins with a memory, somebody that has passed, and I love that. There's a little robin that comes and sits in my mum's garden all of the time, and I always think that they are so symbolic, aren't they? They're so symbolic. I'm not going to get all deep and emotional with you all, but it is something that I absolutely love, and I will be getting my mum one of these. But they are so beautiful, and this is brand new today, so I wanted to bring it straight on. I love it, and the price is brilliant. It's like a little friend to have in your workroom, isn't it? Little friend, little robin at £12.99. And right, don't worry, it won't hurt. He's a pincushion as well. He's a pincushion. So you've got your little robin pincushion. So he sits here. Also, you can move his legs around. So if you want to reposition him and get him to sit, he's just so cute. This is something that, you know, if my gran had had something like this when I was a child, and she was always sewing and doing everything in her little craft room. So if I saw this is something that I would always remember. Then if you've got young children, obviously be aware that it is pincushion, so be careful if you keep pins in. But that's also just such a lovely little toy, isn't it? It's £12.99. Your robin pincushion, just a little friend in the workroom for £12.99. Now, it's brand new, but there are less than 50. All 50 of these, I predict, will sell today. Look at his little beak. He's so cute. He's just so adorable. I do love a robin. I absolutely love robin. My goddaughter's called Robin as well, and I always try and look for things that are robin. And you only normally really find them at Christmas, don't you? Robin-themed things. So I want to get her one of them as well. He's gorgeous. He's absolutely gorgeous. Our robin redbreast. He comes in a little box as well. So if you want to wrap him up as a gift for somebody, then you absolutely can. It's £12.99. He's not going to get squished and squashed in the post. Don't worry, he comes in a little box. But he's just absolutely gorgeous. And the fact that it's a pincushion as well. 20%'s already gone. All 50 of these, I predict, will sell before we get to 11 o'clock. I love him. Just £12.99. I think if you've bought something already and you've opened your order, you'll love him. Definitely just add it to your basket. I like his little tail. He's so soft. It comes in a box like this, just in a clear box, but it will mean that he won't get squished in the post, and you can send it or wrap it to somebody as well, for somebody. Just £12.99. Do you know anybody that has like that sort of symbolism with robins, or is it just me? I think it is a thing, isn't it? I always think that it's they always are very, very symbolic. Just £12.99. Oh, definitely want to get one of these for my mum. We're going to leave it with you, but I'll keep you updated because I've got a feeling that they will sell out today. As I say, there were only 50 of those. And he's so cute. Very, very, very popular. We knew that would be popular. That's why we wanted to start with it. Right, so 680. I know I was talking earlier on about hand sewing. A lot of people are starting out their sewing journey. If you're starting your sewing journey, this isn't necessarily a machine that I would suggest because it is absolutely awesome, don't get me wrong. If you can afford to do it and you're starting out with this, you're not going to outgrow this basically very, very quickly. It's a machine that I know professionals have, friends of mine in the industry use this machine. Also, sewers who sew as a hobby as well have this machine. So it really sort of covers all spectrums. And what I love about it is it covers all skills. Are you a quilter? If you are, and I know a lot of people sort of cross over with skills, this machine is brilliant if you're a dressmaker, if you're a bag maker, if you're a toy maker, if you do soft furnishings, it's brilliant. First of all, it's from Elna. Elna are a brand that have been going for a long, long, long time, I think about 80 years, and are world renowned for the quality of their machines. They're under the same umbrella as Janome, and we are very, very lucky that we have an extremely special relationship with Elna, that we're able to bring you this machine exclusively here at Sewing Street. This is exclusive here in the UK to us, and we've also added a 5-year warranty with this machine. Now, normally Elna give you 2 years warranty. You have to pay if you want to extend it to 5. We will offer that for free. And with our postage and packaging. We'll come separately, obviously, with Elna. The extra warranty paperwork will come probably slightly later, as obviously all that's going on in the world right now, but you are under warranty for 5 years if you purchase this machine with us today. So why is it so special for quilters? I'm going to go through each sort of medium because there's so many skills that you're going to be able to learn and utilise this machine with. First of all, it's this workspace. It's this extra wide throat space, which gives you more room to sort of to work with your quilting. If you're working with a smaller machine and you try and quilt a king-size quilt like John Cole Morgan makes, you would probably struggle on a smaller machine. Also, it is very, very robust. It's really sturdy. It's still classed as a domestic machine, but it's really big. It's very heavy indeed. I say very heavy. It's probably not the heaviest machine we have. So if you are looking for a machine that you can put away and bring out, I still think that this is an option. This is still a good option, but it's very robust, so you are going to be able to quilt with it without it bouncing around the table or making, but also without making too much noise. It's very, very quiet. It's got that centralised needle plate, so you've got space either side. If you are quilting, I've lifted the foot up. It also has that extra lift, so you can fit some really nice big quilts through there or extra bulky fabrics. It's got the needle threader, your built-in automatic needle threader. So if you are, of course, well, even if you don't struggle with your eyesight, it just is fiddly, isn't it? It's fiddly threading your machine. So it has got that automatic needle threader. Quilters, dressmakers, bag makers, you will love it. If you're doing sleeves, if you're doing bag bases, if you want to sew in a round, if you want to sew circly, it does also come on. So you've got your free arm. You've got your free arm there. It has loads of storage. I always end up losing all my different feet and bits and bobs. It's got this storage compartment. I like to call it the little wardrobe at the top. And you've also got extra storage space with all of the feet, by the way, that are included. I will go through that in a minute. We'll go through that in a bit. You get loads and loads and loads and loads included. It also comes with a huge array of stitches. If I lift up the tab at the top here, it comes with 170 stitches, including 10 buttonholes. You then have an alphabet. For monogramming, if you want to personalise things, you've got numbers 1 to 10, well 1 to 9, but you've got your 0 as well. So you can do all of your numbers. It's got some brilliant pictorial stitches. Your sort of utility stitches at the top. You've got your satin stitches here. And even though you've got 170 stitches, if you think about it, it will default to its preference sort of stitch width and stitch length, but you can override that. So then you can actually create loads of different stitches, more than the 170 stitches. But you want to also know that it stitches really, 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 really well. So it's going to do your straight stitch beautifully. If you are a quilter and you do a lot of straight stitching, oh, you'll love this. Hang on. It also has inside here a straight stitch needle plate. So it has your decorative needle plate, which you can do all your fancy pictorial stitches, which we've got there, but also it comes with your straight stitch needle plate. So if you find that your fabric gets chewed up when you're starting a sequence, when you're starting a seam, try putting this on. Try putting this on, and that will help. That's your straight stitch needle plate, and that comes included as standard. It's got, as I say, all of these amazing features and functions which we could talk about for hours and hours. All of your different pictorial stitches, and it has a memory. So if you've got a name or a logo, a business, a company, or if you've got a sequence that you want to do of these lovely stitches, then it will have a memory of, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think of about up to 100 characters. I'm not sure. I'll have to check in the manual, but I know it's loads of stitches that you can do continuously and save them on the memory function. So it does have a memory. Where are you right now, Joe? Can I show this part of the machine? So on your LCD touchscreen machine, it does come with a little stylus, but it does also have a very, very responsive touch screen. So if I'm clicking between my straight stitch, it's got these almost like your speed dial of stitches on the front here. There's my straight stitch. It's also got my 1/4 inch, so it will tell me that that's stitch number 4. It will tell me what foot I need to do. It will have automatically moved my needle to the right position, to the right sort of stitch width and stitch length. It does it all for you. There's your zigzag. It will tell you again what foot you're going to need, what stitch you're in. It tells me that I can put my foot pedal in if I want, or use the start-stop button. So, I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. But then I can override it. I can change the stitch width. I can change the stitch length. If you press it too many times and you think, hang on, I just want to go back to the beginning, press C, and it will take you back to the start. It's got your buttonhole on here. Now it's changed. It says that I need foot R. All of your feet have got little letters on. They're all labelled with their own letter. So you can very, very quickly change your foot simply with the press of a button. There's a little button on the back of the foot that will just drop your foot off, and you can change it very, very easily. So that says foot R, buttonhole foot, and that's number stitch 23. Also on the front, can you see these? I love these. So that's your memory button, where you can create your sequences. You can also lock it. You press that whilst you're changing your feet, whilst you're changing your stitch plate, while you're, if you've got, if you're just leaving it to go to make a cup of tea and you've got any little fingers or little paws, then you can just lock it and press that, and then it will again re-engage it. You've also got this mirroring button. So some of your stitches that are pictorial at the top will have a reverse sort of function. There's some that you can then flip round and do a mirror image. So that's the button for that. You've got an elongating stitch. It won't let you do anything you're not allowed to do either. So you can see I'm on buttonhole, and I've just tried to do that, and listen to the noise that it makes. No, can't do it. So it won't let you do anything you're not allowed to do. You can't break it. It's, well, I can't say that, but you won't do anything that the machine will tell you, no, you can't do that with that little sound. Also, if you do have any problems, it's got a Elna have got a UK-based customer service team, and they are brilliant. 5-year warranty, a UK-based customer service team, they are fantastic. It also has the twin needling button there. It will tell me there that I need to put my twin needles in. But if we just go back to the beginning, it will just give you that beautiful straight stitch at the start. It was telling me what, sorry? That I couldn't use a twin needle for my buttonhole. On this side of the machine, sorry Joe, I'm making you get your steps in today. I don't think you were getting enough steps in yesterday, did you? You didn't get as many steps in as you should have yesterday. So on this side of the machine, you've got these quick, easy access buttons, which are brilliant because you've got your speed control. which you can slow down and speed up through your sewing. When you are sewing, you can control your speed. If you're doing some faster sewing and then you want to slow down because you're coming to a point where you need to pivot, or you're coming to like an intricate part on a sleeve, or you're sewing with children, then you can slow that right down. Starting out, I would suggest going nice and slow. You've got your automatic thread cutter, which also has a memory. You saw on the LCD pad earlier on, you can actually do your locking stitch and your cutting all as a memory. You then got your needle up down. I always set mine as needle down, so you can reposition your fabrics and know that your needle's not moving. Your locking stitch, so you're not moving forward and back and doing it again. You got your locking stitch, your reverse stitch, and also your start. Now, if you don't want to use your foot pedal, you can just use this. Also, knee lift, extension table, walking foot, free motion foot. You have free motion feet, I should say, not just a free motion foot. All of that come as standard. Shall I show you some of the features and functions and the standard accessories that you get with this machine? Because there is loads and loads of features and functions and standard accessories. So here's your features and functions. 170 stitches plus 10 buttonholes. As we say, your built-in needle threader, big sewing space that is really, really nicely lit as well, well-lit space. Maximum sewing speed of up to 1,000 stitches per minute. If you want to go that fast, that is. You don't have to. You don't have to. It's just nice to know that you can. It's like these Lamborghinis, isn't it? It's nice you can go that fast. You don't always... Well, you don't go that fast, but it's nice to know. Your free arm, you have there for bags and sleeves. It's brilliant. You've also got your automatic thread cutter, which is it has got the program memory to be able to do that at the end of all of your stitches. It's going to save thread and time. Your presser foot pressure adjustment. Your easy and guided bobbin threader, really quick and easy to see when your bobbin is running low, and you can rethread that quickly. Your bobbin thread and upper thread sensors, so tell you when it's running low. Your extra wide extension table. If you're doing any ruler work, that's going to be very, very useful. And you also get 10 clear bobbins that you can wind ready to go. Thank you, Joe. Right, so your standard accessories that come with your machine. I say standard accessories. This is so much more than, oh my word, I've seen on any other machine actually. So you get your standard foot, which is labelled A, so you use that for the majority of your sewing. You've got a roll 10 foot if you want to do lovely scarves or something and you want to do that delicate roll 10, that's going to be brilliant. You've got your zipper foot on there, cushions, bags, clothes, brilliant. You've got your satin stitch foot if you want to do some applique satin stitches, it's going to let the needle bounce across. You've got your open toe satin stitch foot as well, so you can see when you're doing applique. Your blind hem foot, turning up trousers without seeing the stitching, it's lovely. Your overlocking foot, if you haven't got an overlocker, you can put that on. It's like an overcast stitch. You've got your 1/4 inch seam foot patchworkers, that's brilliant. Your darning foot, your convertible free motion foot, including an open toe, a closed toe, a clear view toe as well, foot as well, to go onto your free motion. You then also got your even feed foot. You've got your buttonhole foot. You've got your stabilising plate as well. You've got your button sewing foot. So you can sew on buttons. Amazing. That's really good. Your circular pivot pin, which you can do some amazing circular quilting with that. You've got your quilt guide bar as well, so you can do straight lines with your crosshatch maybe. You've also got your quilting guide bar for even feed foot, so that's for both of them. Your straight stitch needle plate, which I was talking about. You get another 5 extra bobbins. You get 10 unit kit easy bobbins. So 15 bobbins really. Seam ripper, needle set, lint bush, all of your bits and bobs, different spool caps depending on what size spool you're using, additional spool pin if you want to do your twin needling. You get a screwdriver if you are, going into your walking foot or your free motion embroidery foot, you'll need to unscrew them but put them back on. Really easy. Your stylus for your touchscreen, your knee lifter, your extra wide extension table, your foot controller, and your semi-hard cover. Whoo! It's just standard. It's just your standard accessories of this machine. It is that good. It comes with all the gadgets, but the great thing about it is it also does the job well. I have really outgrown my machine, and when I use this machine, I can quickly set it up and just go for it. It's our flagship machine. It's exclusive to us here at Sewing Street in the UK, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. I have met so many people who work in the industry that all use this machine. The reason that this is going to be our flagship machine is we're going to be working with lots of different guest designers, all using different brands, but we are confident that anybody that sews, put this on, even though it's computerised, it will automatically change the needle for you, to the stitch length, stitch width, to telling you what foot you need. It's so easy and user-friendly. Also comes with a great manual, a really, really good manual, but the UK customer service team are also brilliant. Brilliant. It's nice to have that, isn't it? Because quite often I'll pick up a manual and think, it's just so many words, I don't know what to do. I just want to talk to somebody on the phone. And they're really lovely. They really, really are. They know their stuff. If you have got any questions, I'm not being funny, but we set that up literally within like 3 minutes during the break. I got it out of the box and set it up. It's that quick. And that's what we want, isn't it? We want to get sewing. The ease, you just want to sew. And it's actually, for a big machine, really quiet. So if you are sewing, you know, at night, if you're a night owl, or you're sewing whilst everyone else is watching the telly, even though it's a big machine, it's really quiet. So yeah, that's why we use it on air as well, because we're going to be talking whilst we're doing demonstrations and we're going to be able to talk over it. If you have any questions, will you please get them in for us? Because if I can't answer it, I'll find out. Pop them on the Sewing Street page on Facebook. It's constantly being monitored, and I will always answer it if I can. If I know the answer, and then I'll tell you, and if I don't, I'll find it out for you. So please do message in. I've had a message from Claire. Is this Claire from Solihull? Claire who makes things? Yes, Claire who makes things in Solihull. Hello, Claire. How are you? Cluck, cluck, my hens. Have you got hens, Claire? So envious of Claire, you know. She's a figure skater. She's amazing at sewing, amazing at dressmaking. She's fabulous. She's so gorgeous as well. We love Claire. She's so nice. No, she's married, Liam, sorry. She's married. She's married. We're going to meet Liam, by the way, in a minute. He's going to come down and show us his micro-stitch tool. Very excited about that. Don't forget our little Robin, by the way. There's loads of you checked out on this, and he's just absolutely adorable. Look at him. Just to sit on your machine, be your little sewing friend, your little companion. I'd just keep him there all the time. You've got your pincushion there handy. Sing to him. Rockin' Robin. It's £12.99. He's gorgeous. And teams up as quite a useful little Robin as well with your pincushion. Maybe you have different pincushions for different things, like your applique pins and your quilting pins. Useful. Okay. Do let me know if there's anything else that you want to know about that machine. Let me know. The big red sewing machine cover. It is a bag that fits the 680. It's a squeeze, but it does fit the 680 plus. So the great thing about this is if you are going to plan on doing any workshops in the future, maybe one of those workshops that's get to know your machine workshops. There's one in my town that's always very, very popular. Or you take your machines to workshops, then this is handy, isn't it? £12.99. And not all of us have a dedicated craft room, but we still like sewing every week, but you do have to put it away every now and then. If you do want to keep it nice and lint-free, dust-free and safe and protected, for the amount that you spend on your sewing machine, it's really nice to just know that you've got that great handy bag, put your bits and bobs, whether it be your instruction manuals or any extra bits of feet or patterns in there, ready to go, £12.99. It fits this big machine. So if you've got like the 560, you can fit fat quarters and fabrics and all sorts, 530 or 540, or any of the smaller machines, you'll be fine. We have tried it with the 680 plus before, and it does fit. It's just a bit of a squeeze, £12.99. And it's a lovely sturdy sewing machine bag with your little feet as well, so you're not, obviously it's going to be weighty inside. You're not putting your actual machine right on the ground. It has got the little feet. So we love that bag. It's always really popular whenever we bring it on. That'd be a nice gift for somebody, actually, wouldn't it? That'd be really nice. Okay, pack of 10 Janome bobbins. This is going to be as quick as you can. £8. 10 of your loose bobbins. They're always sort of essential, aren't they? Now, even though they're Janome, you can use them with Elna, obviously. It's still under the same umbrella. Are bobbins, this is a question for you, Claire, anybody at home, are bobbins just bobbins? Can you use these universally? I know that they sort of suggest that it's best to use them with different brands because John Scott told me you can. He seems to think you can use them with different machines. But Kat told me that when she was at college, she got told off for putting the different makes bobbins into a machine. So I think it is best to stay with your brand. Let me know. Elna and Janome are the same though. They're under the same umbrella, so they'll be absolutely fine. If you've got a Janome machine or an Elna machine. But I'd love to know whether you can use these ones with others. £8 for those, and it's just good to have them already wound. If you're doing a big project and you're thinking, right, I know I'm going to use all of my grey thread or my white thread or my black thread, it's just good to have it because it's so annoying, isn't it, when you get to that critical point of your sewing and your bobbins ran out and you're like, oh, I'm going to have to wind the bobbin again. Handy just to have them already done. You get 10 if you loose bobbins for £8 and they're lovely quality as well. Right, they're very, 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 very limited, I'm being told, so you've got to be quick with those. I've also got the ballpoint needles. What's the code? Yeah, these ones. So these ballpoint, yeah. These are your ballpoint needles, which are great if you're using stretch fabrics, by the way. If you're working with jersey, if you've got your stretch knitted fabric, then these are brilliant for that. Oh, I had a really, really good example of how the sort of the weft and the woven, because if you think of I can't even think of how you put it. Bear with me. I'm going to have to tell you another time. I can't remember. Leave it with me. Do you ever do that where you start talking and you can't remember the full story, but you're still talking, you're trying, and then you think, I'm just going to stop talking. I can't remember. Shall we move on? They're your ballpoint needles, though, which you will need. Basically, they don't penetrate through your fabric. They sort of push your fibres to the side and sort of go through it. They don't pierce it. They don't pierce it. Your purple tip needles. What do you use purple tip? Purple tip needles efficiently prevent skipped stitches when sewing stretch fabrics, quilt layers, for sewing across the hem. Great essentials. Those of you that don't change your needle regularly enough, you'll start to feel it in your machine, don't you? You start to see it in your stitching, you start to see it in your results. It's like when you've got your, it is like when you've got your rotary cutter blade and it's just not quite sharp enough. It's just not going to go through your designer fabric nicely. It's the same with your needles in your machine. You should really change it after most projects. So it's good to have those as essentials in your stash if you're working with a lot of knit fabrics and jersey needles. £5.50. Joe says, if you can't remember the last time you changed your needle, you probably need to change your needle. That's a good way of looking at it. Yes! How long have we got? Because, oh no, pins on the floor. This is my favourite book, full stop. Look at all my post-it notes. This was from the other day. Yeah, these were mine the other day because actually I went through with this one because it is a compendium of quilting. Susan Briscoe does not do things by half. £9.99, a compendium of quilting techniques, including, well, how long you got? It's got everything in here, absolutely everything. Talking about my sewing machine though, that's why I put these post-it notes in. There's so much in here. History of quilting, of course, it's absolutely brilliant. Choosing your gadgets, what you need, selecting fabrics, printing your own fabrics, photographs onto fabrics, getting confident with working with different colours and contrasts and patterns and prints. It also talks to you about making your own templates, making your own designs. The reason that I bought this on was the post-it notes is because it was talking about the stitch plates that I was talking about earlier. I put post-it notes next to when they were talking about machining, quilting with your machine, binding, always very popular, hand quilting, wadding, embellishing, bias, needle turn applique, there you go. That's what we were talking about earlier on. Freeze the paper applique, fused applique. There's a whole section on applique and embellishing techniques. assembling your quilt top, sashing, English paper piecing. There's so many insert seams. So, right, it says that there are 400 tips and techniques. There's more. There is more than that. 400 tips and techniques. It's absolutely jam-packed. I've seen hundreds of these go in one showing. When I first launched, this literally sold hundreds. It was very, 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 very popular indeed. Machine quilting, quilt as you go, hand quilting, mitered corners, curves, labelling your quilt. We've got less than these. What's brilliant about Susan Briscoe as well is once you've got through her book, you are, even if you're an absolute beginner, you're going to have learned so much that you're probably ready to show your quilt in an exhibition. This is what I love. Look, she talks about organising an exhibition to show all your quilts. Visiting a large show. When you're going to large shows, she gives you all the tips. She also talks about how you enter competitions. She talks about winning competitions. Yes. Preparing for an exhibition quilt. Can you see why it's my favourite quilt? It's absolutely it's my favourite book. Storing carriage. How to talk about caring for vintage quilts. So maybe you've been passed down quilts. How to look after them. How to clean them. How to hang them and display them. It's absolutely brilliant. And all of your glossary. There's loads of terminology that we hear all the time with quilting. For £9.99, your price per tip and price per project is absolutely crazy. There is loads. Not even a penny. Crazy. Pence. Pence. It's so good. My favourite book that we've got. I love that. It's mine now. It is mine. £9.99. I love, 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 love that book. Right. Millwood extra large cutting mat. You see this on the desk all the time. I was told when I first bought my rotary cutter and my cutting mat, my ruler, was buy the biggest cutting mat you can for your space. Mine, I've completely outgrown mine. I need this. And the fact that we're doing it with our postage and packaging of £3.95 all day flat rate is brilliant because this is going to be transported to you safely. Of course, it is a big, heavy mat. It's fantastic. It's so popular amongst all of the staff as well, not only here, but across on the jewellery maker. The jewellery maker workshop as well. Great for jigsaw puzzles, this is. But it is double-sided, so you've got the imperial and the metric in measurements. It's also self-healing. So if you are doing a lot of cutting with your rotary cutter, you will need a cutting mat, but it's not going to be ruined after a certain amount of cutting. It does self-heal, has that self-healing property. Just wipe it with like a microfiber cloth or a baby wipe. Just give it a quick damp cloth, and then that will just reignite that lovely self-healing property. Not only has it got all your measurements, it's also got really key angles for us as quilters. It's got a 30-degree line, a 45-degree angle, a 60-degree angle as well. So if you want to cut 60-degree triangles or equilateral triangles or diamonds, there's so much that you're going to be able to do with those measurements. And they are extremely accurate. I just find it's really good to just have on your work surface as a quick go-to, to know how big your block is, to check your sizes, that you're happy with your piecing. Just keep it there. Just keep it there. If you have got space to do it, if you're, for example, using the extra large stripology rulers or the original stripology ruler, you will need a mat sort of this size. Mine's too small for it. £37.99. Because if you imagine, you've got your lovely new ½ metre of Liberty fabric. You want to make sure you cut it all. If you get halfway through your cutting and you've run out of mat, you're then going to have to stop and reposition your mat, and you're just not going to get the accuracy that you would if you had the size mat, the same size as your fabric, basically, or the same size as you want to cut with your ruler. Just £37.99. Go with the biggest mat that your space will allow, was one of the best tips that was told to me. It's so true. Now, we've got so many uses for this. I like a hack, don't you? I do like when people tell me different reasons of using mats. It's from So Easy, and it's called a slip reduction mat. It's designed to stop your machines bouncing all over the place. Great for your overlocker, brilliant for your machine. If you do find that yours likes to have a bit of a boogie, a dance across the table, it's like a very dense sort of foam, which I think also helps reduce the noise. So if you, I mean, it doesn't say that it does that, but I've personally found that if you put this, because of how sort of dense this almost foam is, I find that it also does help with the noise. It does help with the sound, the noise on your sewing machine. Another good use of this that we found. We're standing sewing, and quite often you can lose your foot pedal under the table. This also, because it's that anti-slip, it is that slip reduction. If you put your foot on this under your table, it's not going to be slipping and sliding all over the place. That's how we use it. But it is designed to be under your machine, on your work surface, to help it not be bouncing all over the place. £15.99. If you've got a machine, it's nice to protect your surface as well. I sew on my dining room table. Yours will come nice and new, by the way, without a little dink in it. £15.99. Ours is getting well and truly used now, isn't it? There we go. Right, the moment that everybody's been waiting for. So, my producer, jewellery maker, is normally Liam. You've probably heard all about him in the past. He is Joe's better half. He's Joe's cohabiting partner, and yeah, he's my producer today. He's going, hang on, flatmates, and he wanted to come on to talk about this best friends, Liam's saying. He wanted to come on and talk about the micro stitch tool, which is a fantastic tool for basting your quilts. We all have different ways of basting, whether it be 505 spray, whether it be with safety pins, whether it be with hand tacking, however you like to baste it. But, in fact, I'm going to come out the way so then Liam can swap in from a distance. So, this is Liam, everybody, my producer.
Oh, thanks.
Have you got a microphone on, Liam?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Hello.
Very professional.
Oh, look, we literally look the same.
We do look exactly the same.
So I'm Liam. Hello. So this is my pick of the day, isn't it? Well, pick of the morning, because we're heading here for the morning. And it's really good, as Vic said, as for basting. And basically, I'm going to show you how to use it because it's so easy. So if you want to refill it, we'll refill it first. I've just got to wait for Joe. It's fine. So this is your little gun almost. And then so to replace your things, so you get loads of them inside.
There was a little tags that you get on clothes in the shops,
yeah,
aren't they?
They basically are, aren't they? Just really, really small ones. But so it means that, so for this, as an example, won't fall apart. So we've already put some on of these. So it's like a little sandwich. So they won't fall apart because we've put some on already. But basically, these, so you'll have the little, your little, almost like a round tube here that they all sit on. And then you put this into here. So you just match up the little round tube with a hole, slide that in. And then it'll have, like, don't push it in because otherwise you might jam it. Just literally put it in until you hear a little click. And then if I press it like that, you should hopefully see them start to shoot out. Or not. We knew this was going to happen. Right, here we go.
You've done it so well all morning. You've done it so well. And it's got a little sharp point, hasn't it?
Yeah,
so
a really
be careful
sharp point.
with that.
So you've got to be really careful with this.
Don't lose your little tip to put on the end of it.
Happened. Yeah, because otherwise you could stab yourself or
just be careful.
hurt yourself. Just be careful, basically. Right, it's done. So basically, you have to put it in to make sure, but just don't push it down too much because then you might jam it. And then just make sure they're at the very bottom, if you can see that there. Mm-hmm. And then all you do with
your trigger.
Your knee, yeah, if you pull it, you'll see them fall out, or you might not see it on there. But if I put it in here, so you put it through and then press, and then you see now there's a little black tag there. So then when you pull out, you'll have your little tag, and then it just keeps it all nice together, so you can sew round.
And you get loads of those refills, don't you?
I don't actually know. Oh, 1,080.
Black and white, so I suppose that's good depending on what fabrics you're using as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it's perfect. So it may be dark colours, obviously you've got your whites, and then the light colours you've got your blacks. So for like this, because you can see all of them there, can't you?
So you're not going to leave them in actually when you've finished basting all your quilt and you finish
Yeah,
quilting
take them
it,
out,
you
then
can
you
take
just-
them out, snip them out.
Yeah, a little snip, and then all done. And then you've got loads of refills in there, 1,080, and then this is another refill pack in a minute that Vix can show you. Cause
Hang on, do you get that as well?
no, so you only get this.
Yeah, you get that, but we have got the option
Which
of
is
getting extra
1,080, but then we'll
refills.
give you these in a minute.
Okay.
Which is $4.99.
Thank you for producing Liam.
Thanks. I'm going to go now.
Woo!
Bye.
I'm so pleased that we did talk about the wardrobe choice this morning. Because we're matching, aren't we? Oh, well done, Liam. He was showing me this morning on how to do the refills. I was like, I think you should just show everybody how to do it. It is a brilliant, brilliant tool. We all have different ways of basting. I personally don't like a spray based. I don't like a spray based. If you do a spray based, obviously do it in an outside if you can, or in a well ventilated room. But this just means that you can baste quilts, you can fix fallen hems, you can clip keepsakes into frames, you can use it for decorative crafts as well. But quilters, it's really, really easy. You don't need to take your time. You don't need to take your time. You can simply take the little nib off. Don't lose that because it is very, very sharp. But it is a tiny, tiny needle. It's a very, very sharp but very tiny needle. So no matter what fabric you're going through, you're not going to create a big hole through it, basically. And they're little tiny little tags that will then just click into place. It is brilliant. So it means that you're not going to have to do too many tacks along to hold all of your fabrics together before you quilt. Tags on your quilts if you're to sell, or for showing. Absolutely, yeah, that's not a bad idea at all. That's a really good idea. It does. There's lots of different ways of using this on the back of the quilt. What about for applique, to hold your applique pieces in place? Hold your applique pieces instead of doing bond web or different, fusible. You could also just keep them on, keep your fabric pieces there, tack them in place, sew round them, and you know that they're going to hold in place. $24.99. So do you want some refills? For anybody who's already got the micro stitch tool, these are your black refills. Remember on that one you do get black and white. These ones you get 1,200 of your little tags for your refill, £4.99. There's a lot of tacking to do. That's going to definitely do a big old quilt, isn't it? At least, and then some. 1,200 micro stitch micro tacks. Micro tacks, micro fasteners, what are they called? Micro fasteners. Thank you for coming on air as well. That's Liam's pick of the day. We've also got the needles to go with. Now, depending on what you're tacking through, I suppose if you're going through denim, or if you're going through heavyweight fabrics, or if you start using them for keeping all sorts in place, whether you're doing keepsakes or whether you're doing other decorative crafts like toy making, depending on what fabrics you're going through, obviously that needle probably will get slightly blunt. If you want to keep it nice and fresh, then we've got your little needles as well. Hang on, right, which one first? Are they all together? Oh, there's one that's open, I see, sorry. So this one, that's what they look like new. I think we've used one out of there, that's why. So that's what they look like. You'll get 4, all the same, all needles, ready to go. Sorry, I got confused because I was thinking, what's that one? But I think that's the one that's been used. They might lose a bit of their sharpness. You don't want to be pulling your fabric apart when you're pulling it in and out. So you do want it to be nice and sharp. $22.99. So that's going to keep you going for a very, very long time, isn't it? If you've got those extra 4. Plus you do get the needle already included in your original micro stitch tool. But if you do find that, it's just not quite piercing as much as I'd like, you don't need to buy a new whole tool. If you get these, then that's another 4 needles. I did. £22.99 for your replacement needles. So we've got 2 lots of waddings. We've got a polyester wadding and we've got a cotton wadding. It's absolute personal preference. I still haven't got my head around it, if I'm honest. I keep asking everybody's personal opinion. Everybody has different preference. There is no right, there is no wrong. There's no right and wrong. It's personal preference, and it also depends on what project you're using it for. Depends how you want it to drape. Depends how heavy you want it. It depends if you're putting it on a wall or if you're wanting it for sort of warmth. £10.99. This is cotton. It's up to you whether you want to pre-shrink it or not. I know a lot of people have got different personal preferences, but the great thing about Sewing Street is we bring you choice. What I would love to do, and do you know who I might ask to do it with? John. When we're able to do a guest show, or I might ask John to do a show with you where we literally have all of the waddings and we talk through lots and lots of different waddings and what you would use it for. But cotton wadding, of course, is gorgeous. Be lovely for quilting. It's a big piece as well. It's 45 by 60 inches. It's your crib size. It's enough to do a crib size quilt. But just check your measurements, as I know between different patterns, crib size is different. Hi, Claire. Claire's saying about the bobbins. Yeah, Claire. I asked Claire about the bobbins earlier. She says she uses Janome bobbins. What's your machine? And she says I use various other brands. She says I don't have a Janome machine. Okay. Some machines use metal bobbins. In that case, you need to use the same make and same manufacturer. That makes sense. So if you've got, you know, one of the newer machines, they've got the plastic bobbins, you're probably all right with the Janome ones, aren't you? Don't quote me on that because this is why I'm asking you. Great thing about Sewing Street, we're all community, helping each other out. Metal bobbins, obviously, you would need to have the same one, same manufacturer, because they are going to be different. Oh, thanks for that, Claire. Now, this is polyester. Is this the same poly wadding that we... what ounce is this? Does it say? This is your poly down crib size wadding. So I think this is your mixture. This is your premium polyester. If you are doing things like wall hanging, I'm thinking, again for cushions, this would be nice. It is a really, really lovely quality wadding, but remember, it's polyester. Personal choice. If you're starting out quilting and you're thinking, right, it's getting quite expensive when I'm using a cotton batting as well, or cotton wadding, then why not have a go with polyester? Try them out. £8.99, it's a brilliant price. And it's, again, that same size. It is your crib size. My, can I have a pick today? There's only 10, though. There is only 10. This is my pick. I own this, and I love it. Right, there's already people buying it on the web. Can't recommend this enough. So, it is a small size, but it is mighty. It really, really is. It's got the same strength as your domestic home iron. So the key features is steam, steam on, steam off, steam on, steam off with the button. You can fill it up with the water obviously there, and it will tell you how much you've got in. You've got your heat setting dial on the front. It's got the little feet. So I've got a travel size iron at home, which it doesn't stand up. It doesn't stand up, and I love that it doesn't stand up. But it really, really has the strength and the power of your home domestic iron. If you're doing smaller projects, opening seams and getting into seams, I can find my big iron too cumbersome. This is really, really good for smaller projects, for bag making, dressmaking. Pressing is a really, really important part of sewing and creating projects to get lovely crisp seams. Pressing is a really important part, and I do think I separate ironing. I hate ironing to pressing. It's different. It's enjoyable. Pressing I find very, very satisfying. Ironing I hate. This also has an ergonomic handle. So it's got that lovely rubber grip round as well with the ergonomic handle, and an extra long cord. So those of you that have got a travel iron at home, it's my absolute room 101 pet hate is hotel kettles and hotel irons, is because don't you think you have to like crouch down to do your ironing and crouch down to do the kettle because the lead is that long? This is a really nice big long chunky cord, and it's £39.99. It will last the test of time. It's really, 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 really good. 2 metre cable, £39.99. It comes with a little bag. It comes also with a little jug, and it's from Prim, so you know that you are going to get great quality. And of course, you can store this away nice and neatly, and you've got the little clip. You've got the little clip to keep your cable all tidy as Joe likes. Joe loves a cable tidy. $39.99. There's only 10 of those, by the way. There's only 10 of those available. They're already checking out on the web. Already checking out. Iron finger. I do tend to get my hands a bit too close to the iron. If you're doing your ironing, I'm not plugged in, but if you are doing your ironing, you don't want to get your hand close to the iron. You can get your iron finger close to the iron instead. It's a silicone sort of stick. Great as well for poking out your corners in your bag making, and also nice for your curved edge. If you do want to get that lovely curved edge, maybe on a doll face or a bag strap, it's handy for that. But because it is sort of heat resistant, it's good to use in conjunction with your iron. You're not getting it anywhere near your hand with a nice big long iron finger. £59.99. So if you are ironing, it means that you don't need to get your hands. You can keep your seam open, press your seam open even with this, and then go in with your iron and press it open. £15.99, I love that, and it's always very, very popular. Where is that? Oh, is it down here? Yes. A3 sloth cutting mat and pressing board. If we get the chance to go back to workshops soon, it's going to be so exciting, isn't it? To get back together with all our like-minded friends. If you do go to workshops or you'd like to start some workshops, have a look in towns near you. There's lots of different places that host retreats and workshops, and it's a great place to have a look. Maybe you've just found us over the last few months. If you've got one of these, then it means you're not going to have to lug around your big ironing board. You're not going to have to wait for the communal ironing board. You'll have your own little station that's going to be set up with your cutting mat and your pressing mat. I like the fact that you can fold it back on itself without ruining the spine. You know when you're at school and you pull your books back and you get told off for breaking the spine. You have got a really lovely cutting mat here, which has got your inches and your centimetres plus these lovely key angles again, and your pressing mat. So if I'm sewing here, I've got my workstation all sort of set up, my sewing machine, my cutting mat and my pressing mat, and I don't need to get up unless it's because I want a biscuit and a cup of tea. It's lovely. Sally Stevens, she's an inspiration. She's got her ironing board on one floor of the house, her sewing machine on another floor of the house, so she gets her steps in. She says, otherwise I just wouldn't move. But what I like about this is it's handy for on the move, and aren't they just the cutest? The little sloths. Look at him in his party hat. Look at him doing the knitting. I just love it. Absolutely love, love, love this. $29.99. Great gift idea for somebody, and exciting for us to all go on the move, fingers crossed soon, or take out in the garden. Better than taking, your big cutting mat. If you're doing smaller projects, you don't need necessarily the biggest cutting mat, do you? Nice to have as a little portable one. $29.99. It's got your little handle, and you could slot your patterns in there, can't you? Just £29.99. Right, earlier on today at 8 o'clock this morning, we brought to you, it was the first time I'd seen these, and they are absolutely gorgeous. They've been so popular. If you want to make some bunting like we have here, then why not get yourself a beautiful panel for £5.99. It's got, well, 3 letters for 3 of your uppercase and then your lowercase as well, but you've also got some of the letters with extra. So you've got 4 E's, 4 T's, 4 A's. You've got all of your numbers as well. So if you want to make bunting, or if you want to personalise cushions, if you want to use them on a quilt, they're lovely, aren't they? For £5.99. I think it's a really great way of personalising. We're here in the Midlands in Birmingham, and Hannah made a housewarming pressie for a friend, which was a cushion that said Bab on it. So if you've got a little saying, and sometimes it's quite hard, isn't it, to find things that are personal to you, you can make all sorts with this. And I love the detail. There's really lovely detail on every single one of those letters. It's exclusive to us, and it's £5.99. It's been busy all day long today. Well done if you managed to get the brights. There's a good 80% of those gone. That's your brights colourway. We've also got your traditional which is this one. So your traditional has got some lovely sort of, colours that are going to go with all of our stash, colours that are going to go with lots of different things in your home decor as well. £5.99, some lovely autumnal shades, the greens and your oranges and your reds. I love the detail on every single one of the letters. Remember, make the most of your Bondaweb roll as well if you do want to applique them on. We've also got the monochrome, the greys. Okay, this is lovely as well. Is this the one I've cut up? No. This one I think it's quite contemporary, isn't it? It's quite contemporary. Maybe for Father's Day or, you know, maybe for a gent or for anybody really. I think this would be really, really nice. £5.99 for your grey alphabet applique fabric panel. It's a big panel for £6, isn't it? If you've bought anything, then absolutely make the most of this. You have got so much for your money for less than £6. What have you bought your dad, Joe? No, I won't say it on the telly. I won't say it. I can't say because Terry might be watching. Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's really nice. See, personalised things, personal things are always so popular, aren't they? And I think they are really lovely. The squares panel that we have as well, this was really fun. Do you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of something and I can't think what. It's a shop and I'm not sure what it is. But these are really cool. I love that they're all 3D as well. This is a shop that does things like this. £14.99. Trying to think. 140 by 120. Exclusive to Sewing Street. For £14.99. All of your letters. I'd multi-buy on this one. And you've got your what, Joe? What's this called?
Ampersand.
Ampersand. You've got your ampersand, you've got your star, you've got all of your lovely detail for just £14.99. Y and Z. Love it. £14.99. That's a great panel. Whether you're choosing to cut them up or it's up to you. The hens. After Claire's message, she loved the hens. We've got the hen fabric. Go on. The duck egg. Duck egg's gone. Oh, duck egg's gone. Duck egg has gone, completely sold out. We've got the copen. Copen is really, really lovely. If you manage to get the duck egg, definitely get half a metre of this as well because they will look lovely together. There, your little hens. Cluck, cluck, cluck. Is that what hens do, Claire? Hens on copen. Cockle-doo-doo-doo. That's a cockerel. £4.99 for your hens on copen. We've then also got the beige. They're the only two left. The duck egg has now sold out. Well done. I think they're lovely for kitchen makes, aren't they? It's gone ever so quick, hasn't it? It's absolutely... Shall we stay? Shall we stay? I would have stayed. £4.99. Your hens on beige for £4.99. A half metre. I love the detail with the little red as well. What's that called? What's that called? Debbie told you the other day. What's it called? They're so cute. £4.99, that's going to go with everything. Less than £5. Just a reminder, you get 5 years warranty with the Elna 680 Plus. It's an amazing machine. Have a look on YouTube, type in Sewing Street TV on YouTube and put the 680 plus and you'll see Jane Brogan doing a whole hour talking about this machine. So if you are umming and ahhing about it, don't wait, because it's for a limited number of machines that we can do the extra warranty. And I understand it's a considered purchase, but consider it. If you are thinking of upgrading your machine or getting a new machine, then I can't recommend this enough. There are so many people in the industry that I know use this machine and absolutely love it. And if you're thinking of spending up to £2,000, I would still recommend this one. That's the thing. I'm not saying, look, if you can afford to stretch that bit further with your budget, you are getting so much with this machine that you're not going to outgrow it. I love it. I'm a huge advocate of this one, and it is one of those you can plug in and just get sewing. 170 different stitches, but remember then you can change about and actually do more. There's pictorial, monogramming, alphabets, personalised on here as well, memory function. There's loads and loads and loads of brilliant features and functions, so have a serious think about it at that price. Right, tomorrow's show with myself and Hannah. Now we are going to see Kerry again for the second time from Living in Lovely. We loved her demo the other day. We've got another brilliant demo with her at 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock, we're going to bring you new. Ooh, that's exciting. Brand new rulers. 10 a.m. I'm going to get all creative with my Creative Good rulers. We've got Stripology back in stock, the extra large Stripology, so do make sure you're with me. Enjoy the day in the sunshine. See you soon. I'll see you in the morning. Have a nice day.